Yay, we're live. Welcome to Chatterbox number 41. The YouTube purity spiral goes down the drain. Toilet or something like that. I can't remember what I named it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Let's see.
Hold on.
Goes down the drain, yeah.
Yeah.
Akinar's already in the chat with Potato. That's awesome. Oh my god. I am in love with this newest meme that's going around where it's all about like Hillary Clinton expressing her condolences on what's her name's coming suicide. The woman who's like outing everybody.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, Donna Brazil.
Yeah, Donna Brazil. Are you watching TV or something?
Oh, shit, I did leave the TV on. God damn it, dude. I got everything else nabbed out, and I left the fucking TV on. It was really low, so I couldn't even hear. I couldn't hear it, dude.
Your microphone,
you know what I mean, with my head,
so
with my
sensitive, man.
It really is, man. Like I literally couldn't hear the TV with my earbuds in. Yeah, but it was picking up. Yeah. Well, if I don't do at least one of these things, I mean, people are going to start thinking something's wrong with me, dude, if I have all my shit together one of these days.
Man, you know what? If we start making money or some shit, like we start getting paid to do this shit, then yeah, dude, by all means, worry about being professional. Until somebody's actually fucking paying us, let's just enjoy it and actually, like, do something cool.
Nah, let's make it our shtick, dude. Do stupid shit all the time, dude. Whether we get big or not, dude. Professionalism is overrated.
Well, that's all right. I think I might have gone a step too far with one of my friends. She was texting me because she moved down to, I want to say like Charlotte in the Carolinas.
All right.
And it was somewhere in that area. And she was like, I live in the South now. And I'm like, hey, well, at least you can be a conservative without getting lynched. And she's like, yeah, but you can't be a liberal because they'll lynch you. She's like, well, at least you're not black. You know, you got that going for you.
Damn.
And I don't think she got that was like a joke. She just stopped responding after that. But I'm sure she'll talk to me.
Bigot.
She's coming back to this. She's coming back to town in like a couple of weeks for Thanksgiving.
Right on.
I just thought that was like so funny because it's just like it's funny that there's like the equal but opposite extremism like other places. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Can't we just like let everybody have their opinion? Like that's such a bad thing.
Yeah, even if you think it's ridiculous and you totally disagree with it, man, just fucking. You don't have to hate them. They're not. It turns out they're not the enemy.
It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. Oh man.
Yeah. So anything else happen?
Anything else happen? Well, I mean,
this week. Anything interesting?
All that crazy fucking debates and shit. My God, that was a fucking shit show on Rubin Report.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus, that was awful. It just was fucking terrible. And I
kind of felt bad. Go ahead.
I was going to say, as far as representing that stream that Blair White was on with all those people like mocking Red Pill Black, Blair White was absolutely dishonest about that. That was exactly like what it was explained by Red Pill Black. The rest of it, they were both, fucking acting crazy and shit. But I got to say that was a completely accurate description of that fucking stream. That was nothing but people made like shitting on her for like 4 hours.
Like, yeah, it was weird. Wow. And that's the thing is, Red Pill Black should have like been unanimously like well thought of or like won the debate, but she kind of didn't because she was so fucking like she was fucking so immature and so passive aggressive, dude.
Still like 26, 27 years old, man. She's still a kid. And I know that's not a total excuse because I mean she's an adult, but from our perspective, she's still a kid.
Yeah, I don't know,
but
man.
She really fucking crossed a lot of lines. She just was like going way, way off the fucking deep end on a lot of it, though, too. So, I mean, it's not like she's playing at all.
Yeah, I kind of look at it as kind of everybody lost.
Yeah. Nobody won that debate.
Yeah.
I was just pointing out one small detail when I said like she was right about that one thing because I was just like she was completely right about that. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, dude,
I'd be pissed.
Dude, if she could have just kept her, she's got anger issues too, obviously. Still.
Yeah. Well, you can tell
she's got some serious anger issues, dude.
You can tell she comes from like a ghetto background, though. Like she comes from like a low income background because she just starts going over ghetto when she gets mad.
Yeah,
lying on me and lying on them. What the fuck do you mean lying on?
Mm.
You mean
you even started expecting her to fucking wag her head back and forth and start snapping her fingers.
It got close. she got close.
Yeah, I wonder how hard she has to fight the urge to actually do that. She's like, no.
I mean,
I'm conservative now.
I'm so conflicted with this because I feel like, on the one hand, like she's just getting shit on, like just dogpiled by all these assholes. But like on the other hand, she did do some shady shit, and she's addressed it in like such a terrible way.
Yeah, that's the thing, dude. I went into this debate, or before I watched it or whatever. I already didn't think much of Blair, so honestly, that hasn't really changed. Like, I don't like hate her or anything, but I'm just kind of indifferent.
It's just super dishonest, That's about it.
Yeah,
not very honest.
It's what I expected her to do. So, I already had a pretty low opinion of her. Again, with Red Pill Black, I was kind of the jury's still out kind of attitude. Yeah. And honestly, even though she's fucking right that it wasn't a fully functioning page and all that shit, it appears to be that was definitely the case, or not definitely, but almost certainly. She acted like such a fucking immature bitch, dude, that I fucking think a lot less of her, dude. I think she's a horrible person, dude.
Well, like I've said from the beginning, I've never been a fan of hers. I refuse to condemn people without evidence. That's my only thing, man. I don't condemn people unless there's actual evidence to condemn them. You gotta prove that she's a bad person.
Yeah. Did you listen to the actual Q&A afterward?
The Q&A, I listened to a bit of it, and it seemed like they both calmed down a little bit when they weren't having to talk with each other.
Yeah. Although Candace was so throwing jabs, dude.
Yeah. David Rubin is never going to do that again.
Yeah, dude. Did you see the tweet I sent out about it?
On for the whole time.
Yeah,
after
dude.
5 minutes, I'd have just said, you know what, we're done. Both of you leave.
Yeah. No, he made a joke about it. He was like, "Hey, you know what? I should have just walked over to the fucking whiskey stash and started drinking."
For all the fucking good it would have done.
Yeah, I think Blair was like, "You know what? We probably wouldn't have noticed," which is kind of fucking shitty. I don't think she meant it that way, but
yeah, no, I know. He needed to be a lot firmer. Like he needed to fucking raise his voice.
Yeah, he's too passive, man. He just is.
There's a difference between like, hey guys, and hey dude, stop.
No, I would have fucking started yelling. I would have fucking shouted both of them down if I was moderating that shit. And I'm like, both of you bitches, shut the fuck up for a second.
Well, you don't even have to yell though. You just have to be firm. You know what I mean? Like he was so infirm in the way he said it. It was such a mild way of saying it.
Yeah, even when he was telling them to fucking chill out and shut up, they wouldn't do it because he's just like, "Hey, okay, guys, let's."
He just pacifying them. Good God. Yeah. So I was wrong about one thing though. There is some sort of database apparently, and she and Red Pill Black admitted it as much. But it still only contained people like publicly available pictures and names, like nothing actual, not actual doxing information.
Yeah.
But I think she has a little bit of responsibility and should at least apologize regarding the Kiwi Farms using that information, even though she didn't make it public or even, and she did try to keep it, from being out in the open. But Kiwi Farms got a hold of it and doxed a whole bunch of those people. She probably owes at least a little bit of an apology to them, I would say. Like there's a certain point at which you got to be like, you know what?
She can say, well,
I'm really sorry
have to say is like, I'm sorry that happened. Yeah, which isn't really an apology, but yeah, I didn't plan that. I didn't see that coming.
For legal purposes, I wouldn't be like it's my fault. I would just say like, I'm really sorry that happened. I should have been more careful, or something like that. Mm-hmm. Don't directly admit fault because you don't want to end up fucking with a bunch of people thinking they're going to take all your fucking money and some civil lawsuit over that bullshit.
Yeah. But it was so fucking petty and childish, dude, on both sides, dude.
And can we show real quick the shittiest part of this whole thing? I don't know if this
dude.
is still going to be there, but this from Jeff Holiday fucking was completely ridiculous.
Yeah,
he put
that
this
was
out.
really tacky, dude.
Yeah, he put this out
Really
directly
shitty.
after the fucking debate. I'm clicking on this like it's not a picture that I saved because it was only for a couple of days.
Oh man.
But
yeah,
what a fucking piece of garbage. Jeff Holiday, if you ever listen to this, you are a steaming pile of trash.
Yeah, that was incredibly tacky, dude.
That
Holy
is not
shit,
acceptable
dude.
behavior. That is,
But yeah, I don't
gross.
know. He knows his fans, and I guarantee you, he had a shitload of fucking
I'm sure he
sycophantic
made a bunch of money off of that.
Yeah, a bunch of sycophantic fans are like, that's hilarious. I'm going to get one. Wear it all the time.
Oh, William Sinchever asked if we saw Harmful Opinions latest vid. No, I haven't watched Harmful Opinions since he stopped being entertaining or correct ever. No, I'm just kidding. I don't believe in Harmful Opinions.
No,
I've never really watched his stuff.
Yeah, I don't think. I assume it's the one on about Red Pill Black, right? Yeah, I don't think I actually watched it. I think it was in my little.
Everybody's making videos about Red Pill Black, though. You know what I mean? Like it's on almost all the channels. I mean, I don't have that much time.
Right.
I got other shit to do, man. I gotta cook dinner. I gotta go buy groceries. I gotta go to work. I like to watch.
Yeah, dude. I don't even have a job, and I don't think I have enough time to follow all that shit, dude.
Everybody was making videos. I saw videos about Red Pill Black from like random right wing like fucking preppers and shit that had nothing to do with like the politics side of it. That's like their only political video.
That's funny.
So what was harmful?
Yeah, everybody's trying to cash in.
If William Sinchever,
I didn't watch it, but
if you can sum it up,
I think it was something like lies through omission, or it was the title was something like that. Something about lies through omission, or something like that.
Well, I think there's a fair point to say, look, I have somebody who does the programming for the website. I passed on the information they gave to me. I didn't realize it was incorrect. That was not an intentional lie. I mean, that's and you just say that in a civil. Oh, his channel was called Cyber Violence. Harmful Opinions is.
Right. Yeah, his Harmful Opinion one, I believe, got shut down. So that was like his secondary. You know, everybody's got a backup channel for that shit.
Yeah, well, I was never a fan of Harmful Opinions. I felt he wasn't particularly honest about his logical conclusions. I felt he was very much he had a big thing of confirmation bias. That's one of the things I'm seeing on a lot of people's things.
Yeah, dude, I like that.
Just about
I was with him. I was with him on the back in the Candid days when he was calling people out for the Candid shit.
I think to an extent I was with him, but I think he just never let it go. Like it's kind of a joke.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's actually autistic, so.
Oh yeah, pretty sure
he's like
as well. By the way.
Yeah, there's something off about her. Too,
I'm pretty sure she's autistic as well.
Yeah, or just the personality disorder, because it did really remind me of my ex. On that one stream on was it on Sinatra's channel or was it on the Cunt stream?
Cunt stream.
Yeah, not last night, the night before. The one where her and Peach got into it, was that on the Cunt stream? Okay, yeah. So it's, although she didn't seem to like grasp what everybody was saying, dude. So that's why I'm like, maybe she's a little autistic too. But the weird shit, like her saying, they called her out on it actually last night about it, where she would say, oh, my channel always gets involved in drama. Like she wouldn't say I, she would say my channel, you know, and they called her out for that. Like, no, it's not your channel, it's you.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
You know, but yeah.
Oh, I can already tell you Harmful Opinions is being ridiculous, right, William? It's called lying by omission. Like, I'm sorry, but no, that's nonsense. There's a big difference between lying by omission and just not knowing what you're talking about.
All right.
And I'm not going to sit and pretend the other, just so Harmful can get his fucking rocks off. Just not.
Yeah. So this, it's I don't know, man. It sucks that she's such a fucking angry bitch, dude. Because
she needs to just stop. Just stop. Just start making her own content and just ignore the rest of it and just move on.
Yeah, dude, for
this
sure.
This is something that's not going to go away. People are going to keep playing it up, and if she keeps playing into their hands, it's just going to get worse. And she's clearly incapable of handling her temper enough to do like a rational debate or discussion.
Yeah.
And these people,
no, she needs to have something that's measured, thought out, and scripted. Because she cannot keep her cool for fucking just save her fucking life.
And not everybody can do that, man. Like that's a skill. Being able to debate something you really genuinely care about in a calm, rational fashion is absolutely a skill, and clearly one that neither Blair or her have.
Right, and that's why I was like, why are these two debating? Well, I knew Blair would suck at the debate, but I wasn't, I wasn't sure about Candace, but yeah, she was awful too, man.
I think she needs a script to go off of for the most part, or she needs a softball debate, but she's not really. Like what is it?
Well,
what's his name? Oh, Stephen Molyneux, or whatever.
Stephen Molyneux. Yeah.
Stephen Molyneux, that guy. He has like those fake debates where they both don't agree with something, but they try to pretend they're debating it. It's so fucking cringy.
Really?
Because they don't even make really good arguments on the opposing side. Like whoever is playing the opposing side,
they'll make like these. That's funny.
It's like these super sarcastic arguments that they make for that side, and it's obvious they're like, well, clearly this isn't right, but I'm gonna say it anyway because aren't I edgy and funny?
Yeah, Molyneux. Molyneux's a fucking douche, dude. I'm sorry.
Some of the points he makes are right. Very little of them. But it's like some of the left-wing people, man. You know what? Even the most extremist of people, sometimes they're going to have a point.
Yeah.
So,
but it's just
to them. You just don't have to agree.
It's just such a fucking condescending and fucking arrogant prick, dude. Like even if he's right, you're like, dude, be just a little humility, dude. You can you can be as arrogant as you want in your head. Like that's fine, but try not to fucking project that shit.
You could definitely see him sliding into like a supremacy group. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily white supremacy, like some sort of like we're the intellectuals, we're the elites, we're the most important. Everybody should like kneel and bow to us, kind of like attitude. Like that's where you go centric.
Yeah. No, I see him as a cult leader. I see him as a future cult leader, dude.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, like he's not going to be like a white supremacist, but like form like a group that
a Mensa supremacist.
Yeah, like something like that. Because I don't see him trying to make like an actual religious thing.
Yeah.
Which isn't that part of most cults? I thought that was a part of most cults. Balding supremacy. Thank you, Sensoka. That's pretty fucking good. Oh man.
Yeah. But dude, what did you? Right at the beginning of the debate with Red Pill Black, what did you think of her bringing up the "Hey, I'm sitting across from a man" shit for no real reason?
That was such a fucking pointless.
It was fucking horrible, right?
Bullshit thing to do. It was ridiculous,
dude. Like she already pointed out that gay, trans, black. Like when Dave Rubin brought it up, so no, you didn't need to fucking explain it. Like she pointed out that she was trans. You remember because Dave actually said. Like, hey, I don't want to do the identity politics thing here, but, and then Blair actually pointed it out. He's like, gay, trans, black. So, she just pointed it out.
It's like I was saying the last time, I think. I think the problem is the methodology of how people are thinking, not necessarily what they're thinking, but how they're thinking. And I think she still thinks like an SJW. She probably is a conservative. She probably really, truly believes the stuff she professes to believe. I don't doubt that.
Yeah. Dude, that's the other thing. She fucking states her fucking theories as fact. That's instead of saying, she never says I think, or I think this is going on, or she's like, this is what's going on. Like, this is a funded conspiracy, not I think this is, which is the way, and that's a huge difference, dude.
Yeah. You're calling Trump a crackhead. What the fuck was the point in that either? That was so dumb.
Dude. Dude, it was fucking over. I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe he's on drugs. Like, dude.
I mean, you could just say, like, I think she's a bitch. I think she's a jealous bitch. That's a much more reasonable statement than I think she's a crackhead. You just sound like an asshole when you say
you know what? Yeah, and honestly, I agreed with her that when she said it's pretty much envy. People are envious of how quickly she fucking grew. It's absolutely it. For maybe not for absolutely everybody, but a lot of it, dude.
So one of the things that's really, really bothered me about almost everybody's, not everybody, but almost every YouTuber's videos about her that I've seen, like Worski and fucking some black guy and all these other people, Jeff, and all these other people that keep doing these videos, is the implication of racism on anybody who watches Red Pill Black stuff or enjoyed it.
Oh, right.
And it's like, well, you just want to watch some black conservative woman. And it's like, wait a minute. Fucking really? You think that's okay? Fuck you, buddy. You don't know me. You don't know why I watch stuff. I don't watch stuff because it's race or their gender.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I'm sure there are some conservatives who are like, yeah, we got to lock onto her because she's black. She's a conservative.
Oh, I'm sure.
No doubt that happens.
Why that all of them are like
characterize everybody as that is fucking bullshit, dude.
And to go like in this sort of sidelong, sort of like half-assed, like you're trying to say it without saying it, kind of slimy approach. Oh, fucking gross.
Yeah. Pretty much everyone manages to be wrong on either side of this shit, dude.
Yeah. Well, but I think
everybody looks bad, dude. Everybody looks bad, dude.
I think it's just a sign of a much deeper illness, though, in the community as a whole. I don't think people are doing enough real research. I think they're just taking one person will make a video that's like sort of, semi-original about something that they half know about, and they don't really do the research. They just do all this, production on it.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got this, standard pattern of what they do to entertain people. And then everybody else just takes their facts from that one person.
Yeah, they assume that person did the research when that's obviously not the case anymore. Like they all used to, you know what I mean? Or almost all of them used to. But now it's the same shit that fucking the SJWs do, man. Well, and that's why I'm saying this horseshoe theory is becoming more and more fucking accurate all the time, man.
Well, and it stopped being about ideas at a certain point.
Yeah.
It stopped being about ideas and started being about attacking people. There's Dennis Riley, there's Steve Shives, there's these other people, and I get it. They're like these parody people. They're almost jokes in and of themselves. But I don't need to hear what you think about Steve Shives because I don't fucking care. But if he's expressing an idea or making a point, and you're destroying that point or that idea, that's much more entertaining to me. That's something that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you can talk about how shitty of a person he is a little bit, but if that's the main focus of your fucking thing, then that's fucking bullshit. Like, we all know that he's a shitty person, dude.
Just don't do it to the extent that you're never even debating the idea. You're just debating the person.
Yeah, it's like, it's almost like dismissing because he's an asshole. Like, this guy's a fucking asshole. He's been wrong about all this shit before. So, I'm just going to talk shit about him.
It's like Red Pill Black is this terrible person because I don't believe what she said. And she got popular too fast. But I'm not ever really going to talk about Kiwi Farms or Dramapedia or any of these other websites who regularly dox people. It's like, well, if doxing is the problem, attack the people who genuinely just go out and attempt to dox people.
Right. It's not like Kiwi Farms wasn't doing any doxing before or after this fucking website. It's kind of what they do. And they would just because they happen to use that avenue for a little while, it's not like that wouldn't have happened anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and the other thing was, I thought it was pretty disingenuous to call it a hit list.
Right.
What do you mean a hit list? At what point was she out advertising for fucking people to get killed? Like, fucking grow up. All things what they are.
Yeah, like I said, it's just everybody just looked horrible. Again, Dave looked horrible. I kind of felt bad about that. Dave looked fucking like a little fucking bitch, dude. I feel fucking horrible about that.
I didn't think he came out looking like a little bitch. I think he came out looking like a really nice guy who just isn't very confrontational and had no idea what he was getting into.
Right.
It's like the little guy that tries to stop, the girl fight and just doesn't understand how fucking vicious girl fights can get.
Right.
And he's afraid to really put hands on. Because if you're going to stop a girl fight, you need two big dudes and you need to put hands on quick. You need to get their hands behind their back and fucking put them in a half Nelson or a full Nelson or, a headlock or something quick, because they'll bite, kick, and punch and scratch. And, oh, my God, you do not want to get involved in that.
Yeah. I think, he should have done some kind of thing where, all right, they can be in the house, but don't have them in the same room. Have them separate so you can fucking mute them. I think I said a thing out. I was like, I bet Dave was wishing for a fucking real life mute button or maybe a couple shot collars.
He needed his stun gun. All right, your time's up. And then, whoever you just
start pointing at
the taser can fucking cry for a minute while the other one talks.
Just have a taser pointed at both of them. Okay, all right, that's enough.
Yeah, you should just be able to push the button, crack. It'll be all
that
little click, 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 click.
Right. And then just start counting down. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Tase.
God damn. I honestly though, I thought it was funny, and this is a complete shitty thing to say, but I could not help noticing that Blair White dressed like a hooker. That was so weird. I'm like,
dude, I had not seen her in a while. Yeah, this is awful and a fucking a chick thing to do, but it looks like she's getting fat, dude.
Well, I don't know if she's getting fat, but I definitely thought it was a weird choice of clothes. It was very unprofessional looking.
Right. And she kept adjusting her fucking tits, dude. Did you notice that? Constantly adjusting her tits, dude.
Yeah. I was
a lot. Every minute or two, she was adjusting her tits, dude.
It was weird. Sensoka has a point. There's a lesson we learned from Ghostbusters. Walter Peck Dickless was a total asshole, but he was right. The Ghostbusters were afraid to stand too close when they turned on the equipment.
Right. Interesting.
Oh man. I don't know.
But yeah, I like how I can't imagine any of them are going to fucking actually rescind the thing about it being active and actually taking in info. Especially after during the Q&A. I don't know if you caught it or if you tuned out. I totally understand, but I went back and I didn't watch it at first because I just couldn't take anymore. I went back earlier today and watched the Q&A part, and people in the chat were saying, hey, I'm a web developer. Yeah, I would not call it a database at that point because it would be misrepresenting it to the customer. It's not fully functional. Calling it a splash page is perfectly reasonable.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
That's what I was saying, that I saw that information from developers, and I thought I was wrong, but I didn't see that part of the Q&A, I guess.
It was
for 5-10 minutes and just was like, I need a little bit of time.
Yeah, no, it was within the last 5 minutes of the thing, dude. So it was after the I don't know if he fucking gave them a fucking shitload of Valium or what. Actually, they weren't really that calm after, but they were a little better for the Q&A thing.
He wasn't allowing them to talk to each other as much.
I was trying, although Candace still managed to fucking throw in some jabs, dude.
Oh my god, she just would not stop interrupting. She would not stop.
Yeah, dude.
Blair was doing it too, but not as much as Candace was. Candace needed to stop.
Yeah, definitely not, man. Yeah, it was a real shit show, man. Which, honestly, I mean, I wasn't really surprised. I mean, honestly, I would have been more surprised if it actually.
Yeah, I'm still not going to watch Candace's videos. I'm more about the position of we need to stop the dogpiling behavior. This is with No BS. You know what? No BS was wrong. What Failure did, I wouldn't call doxing at all. I think he's being ridiculous and childish. But I think he had some really good points. And he's like, look, is this just that you guys don't like me now? Let's be honest. Because when he was talking on the the cunt stream or some hangout with Failure and all that.
Yeah, it might have been on Sinatra's channel. I can't remember. I always mix those two up for some reason.
But you sent me the link. But I gotta say, it really was they were like, no, we just don't like the guy, because half the stuff was just personal bullshit that they seemed to want to air out, and very little really was anything to do with his claim.
All right. Yeah. Like, again, I still don't know. I think he was fucking with him, dude. I still think he was just fucking with him.
It's hard to tell if he was being honest or not. That's that. Right. That too. Like he seemed to be joking the whole time.
Yeah, but not letting on that he was joking, and then they were kind of pounding on that. I don't think he gave a shit about being doxxed, dude. And I think he was fucking with him. I think he made it as a joke at first, and then everybody got pissed, and he was like, "I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna fucking build this up."
That fits. That could be right.
I'm gonna pretend to be really angry about it now. You know?
That could be right. I would believe that. I don't know all the details for sure, but that wouldn't at all surprise me. I don't know him prior to this. Like I've never seen his other stuff, so.
No, me neither, dude. I'm really not familiar with the guy, although he has a pretty decent following, dude.
Well, I mean, there's so many channels. There's so many channels. That's why I think that's part of why we're getting this issue with the skeptic community is because it used to be there were like 4 or 5 channels that were really like skeptic channels, and they were only so big because they were really fastidious about their research and really made sure they knew what they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like failure or not failure. Sargon of Akkad, Thunderfoot, and then there were like 2 or 3 others that were really kind of just like the names.
Yeah, Armored Skeptic.
Yeah, Armored Skeptic.
Guys used to be fucking amazing, dude. Really good. Well, maybe not amazing, but yeah, well, they're pretty fucking badass. Oh. But yeah, now they've gotten lazy. And yeah, they don't have to because they have enough of a fan base that's just going to suck them off no matter what they fucking do and say.
Oh, yeah. Sargon, I've seen a lot of holes in Sargon's videos recently. Like, they're just not very good logic.
Yeah. No, they've all gotten intellectually lazy, man.
Yeah,
because they don't have to, man. It's hard to keep. I would imagine, again, if I was that size, that big, I like to think that I would keep, my not integrity, but my intensity, I guess, more than integrity.
We're the bottom feeding comedy leeches. We just make fun of shit that other people who are smarter than us do. So I mean, we have an easy job because we're not really skeptics at all. But
yeah. So I mean, it's got to be hard to. Because I'm pretty lazy to begin with, but I would probably do the same shit. I would probably fucking get lazy too. Man, taking a picture of a sleeping guy and posting it online is pretty shitty and childish, no matter how you spin it. Yeah, nobody denies that. It's
I definitely agree with that. I think if Failure really should have taken the picture down the first time the guy asked, even if he didn't think he was right.
Mm.
It's like
how did he ask like an asshole or was he just?
I don't think it matters. It's like I posted a picture on Twitter because like Opal did a face reveal and I made a joke about it and posted a picture of it on Twitter and she's like, "Please remove this," and I'm like, "Okay," so I took it down. I mean, like, I think that's at that point fucking kind of dumb and pointless. Your face is already on the internet. It's too late.
Yeah, and apparently he had used his picture on like his Patreon shit and other things too. Yeah. And apparently he had a tweet that had his picture on it that he deleted right after all this shit blew up. Yeah. So if that's true, that's fucking ridiculous.
At the same time, it's just basic.
But still,
Opal asked politely, or she didn't. She just was like, "Can you take it down?" And I'm like, "Okay." It's just music courtesy.
Yeah, that's true. Even if they're an asshole. Even if they're an asshole about it,
so she was polite about it. But even if you've been an asshole, I would have just taken it down. I wouldn't have argued either way. Just because it's like, whatever, man. It's your picture. I'm not going to be disrespectful about it. There's no reason. And to be fair, she was
I mean, again, and it was a shitty thing to do, but again, it wasn't really doxing.
No, it definitely wasn't doxing, but it wasn't very nice to do that, and it was kind of an inappropriate thing to do. But whatever.
Yeah, because it is not a laugh with situation there. It's definitely a laugh at.
And that's I think that's the crux of it. Really is he took a swing at their sacred fucking cow. Failure is the fucking sacred
don't criticize
cow.
Failure.
You can't criticize that, man. Or you're a piece of shit. It's like you can't criticize Jaworski to a bunch of these people too. And it's like, why? Jaworski's an idiot. Like that man doesn't even understand what the word fucking means, much less.
Yeah, that's the thing. I followed him for a while because I kind of found him pretty entertaining. But even when I followed him, I still thought he was just a fucking clown. I remember. Yeah. I can't remember who he had gotten an interview or somebody that he interviewed, and I was like, why the fuck is Andy? You know what I mean? Like, I followed him, and I'm like, why is Andy the one interviewing this person? He's a fucking idiot. You know, he's a clown. He's a buffoon.
Yeah.
And again, that's when I still liked him. When I still followed him, that's what I thought.
Well,
you know?
And I think that, like, the more legitimate channels, like Dave Rubin's, who's like, it's clear that he's just letting people put their ideas out there. Like, he doesn't really challenge anybody.
Yeah.
And that's
because I kind of bugged me for a while.
Everybody gets to say something.
Yeah,
you know, I get it.
Although I wish he would at least address, even if it's not direct. Like I said, he can come out and say, "Well, some people have said this. You know, how do you respond to that?" That's pretty even way, and at least just ask the question. You don't have to follow up on it, but at least ask it. You know, if they're evasive, then move on. You know, you don't have to press, but at least bring it up.
I think he operates in such a perilous area that if he wants to keep getting people from the left on, so that he's balancing out like as much as he can,
right.
You know, so that there's as much different opinions as possible. That he kind of has to be careful about how he approaches it. I would like to see that, but at the same time, you know, I kind of see the point. Like, he might not get certain guests if he did that.
Yeah. I guess, because, you know, everyone, no matter how shitty their ideas are, you know, everyone has the right to, you know, express them, get them out there, be heard or whatever.
And
so,
I think he's making a positive statement in that he's like, look, I can sit and listen to all of these incredibly different ideas. I don't have to agree with any of them, but I can actually listen to them and have a civil conversation.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it actually is a pretty good example to set. You know, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Considering how divisive and the way people act on both sides now of treating anyone who disagrees as the enemy, you know, it is a really good example to set to just let people have their say.
Yeah.
You know,
well, it's like the Joe Rogan experience. There's a lot of guests on that Joe Rogan has that I absolutely vehemently do not agree with.
Right.
But he has an interesting conversation with them, and they don't always just talk about politics, and it humanizes people.
I think Rogan does it really well of challenging and still not being too combative, dude.
He does that, but you gotta be. There's no way he's gonna get some of the guests that David Rubin's gets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if he asked, there's no way some of the people who go on David Rubin's would ever go on his show.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he doesn't.
I'll be fair. Half of it's because he's always smoking hella weed. Like half of it might be that he'll challenge him, but the other half is the weed. So let's be fair. God, he smokes way too much fucking weed.
Yeah, that's true. Right. Not as bad as Joey Diaz.
Holy shit!
Apparently a lunatic, dude.
Well, he'll fucking essentially dose people, though. He'll take so you can get like different strength fucking pot candies, but they look the same.
Yeah.
And so he'll take like super, super strong ones and rewrap them in like the super, super weak one packaging.
Yeah, to fuck with people.
So you think you're getting like a 20 milligram, you know, weed star, which is still a pretty high fucking dose for most people.
Right.
But you're really getting like a 1200 milligram star. You know? Like,
yeah, it's fucked up, dude.
Like, come on, man. That's not cool.
Yeah, like you said, Pauly Shore tapped out. He was like, I can't even talk. We're done here.
Oh, and Pauly Shore was fascinating. God damn. I wish that dude did a podcast.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Because he was kind of a joke for a while. You know what I mean? Well, which is kind of fucked up.
Here's the thing I thought was fascinating. Here's a guy who basically was sort of like a one-hit wonder. Like, he had like 10 really big movies for like, you know, half a decade, 3/4 of a decade, and then nobody fucking liked him anymore, and he had to disappear.
Right.
But he didn't fucking blow all his cash. He didn't go out and turn into a junkie. He just fucking moved out to Colorado into the fucking like, you know, into like a cabin in the woods essentially, and just fucking concentrated on doing comedy and then waiting for a, you know, point where he might be able to make a comeback or not. Who cares? He's living his life and he's happy.
Yeah.
You know? That fascinates me. I'd love to hear more about like his fucking journey through that whole period of time, like much more in depth.
Yeah.
You know, and that'll come out when he
like
talks to other people.
How did he handle the fucking tremendous success and then the fucking, you know, people thinking he's a joke and not having any success, you know?
But handle it.
That'd be interesting.
Well.
Although
I would imagine,
I would imagine he saw plenty of examples of that shit growing up and knowing like, oh shit, okay, I got to be out watch out for this.
I mean, he grew up in Hollywood with all the celebrity comics and stuff. He got to watch everybody crash and burn and or rise and shine, you know?
Yeah. His mom owns the fucking, what is it, the Comedy Store, right? In LA?
Yeah, Mitzi Shore.
Yeah. So I guarantee he saw plenty of comics are almost all crash and burn anyway, like any of the really great ones anyway. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I still think it'd be fascinating how that stuff would come out when he just talks to other people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah,
because he might have some more insight. Like when they're talking about like one of the Hames, the Corey Hames, or which one died?
One of the Coreys, you mean?
Yeah, talking about like Corey Feldman or something with somebody because that dude just came out and accused Charlie Sheen of raping Corey Haim.
Oh wow!
So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Jesus Christ, dude!
And when he's talking about people about that kind of shit, I'm sure he would have a little more insight into like the inner gears and the workings.
Yeah.
Without the shitty attitude and the like, because he kind of was there and got spit out, and maybe we'll have a little more balanced idea of what's going on.
I wonder if that's who Haim was talking about on their show. Remember they had the show with the two Coreys or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
And Haim was talking about somebody that had abused him and that Feldman had kept working with him after that and was still friends with him. I wonder if Sheen is who he was talking about.
It could be, man. Hollywood is fucking going to hell. And frankly,
I would have thought Michael Jackson was who it was. But
yeah, that might be what everybody wanted to think, and that maybe that's what Charlie Sheen was hoping everybody thought, and he just kind of was like, I'm just not gonna say shit. Because Corey Haim is dead, and I don't have to worry about being accused. And then suddenly Corey Feldman was like, fuck it, I'll take a lawsuit. You raped that kid.
Right. That's fucking insane, dude. Yeah, I can't imagine why he would say it if it wasn't true. That sounds insane, dude.
Well, I know Corey Feldman's gone a little off the deep end.
Right.
I mean, he wanted, $10 million to fucking make this expose film? He tried to do a GoFundMe.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he tried to raise $10 million in order to do a whole expose on all the people that are abusing people in Hollywood. And some of the names he said, because he went on one of those doctor shows, not Dr. Phil, like Dr. Oz or something like that.
Right.
And the doctor was like, look, the names he told us that you got to hear were bad, but they were little, nothing players, and nobody's ever gonna have a problem. And some of them were like convicted child molesters prior to being directors on kids' films.
Wow.
But since he said the names he told me in private off the air are gonna blow your mind. It's like you're not. It's going to be astonishing if it ever comes out. It's going to be amazing. It's going to shake the building in Hollywood.
Yeah, I think he's going to. Him and Donna Brazile are both going to have some kind of freak accidents, dude.
Yeah. I like the fucking that meme with Hillary. They keep photoshopping Hillary tweets. So it looks like she's expressing her condolences in advance of Donna Brazile committing suicide by shooting herself in the back of the head 3 times.
That's fucking awesome, dude. You know what? Honestly, that might save Brazile's life.
I was thinking, I was
expecting it, dude.
That might be the only thing the only reason Donna Brazile is still alive is fucking 4chan is putting that shit out.
Yeah. Because Hillary wants the bitch dead. You fucking
I'm sure
know
Donna Brazile would have had a car accident while riding a bicycle. At this point,
I guarantee
accidentally driven her bicycle off a cliff or something because the brakes failed.
Right. Yeah. She was on a boat and she accidentally shot herself in the back with a harpoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was actually a line from "Oh, Just Shoot Me."
It wouldn't surprise
I
me
thought
though,
it was
man.
hilarious.
I mean, it's so crazy.
Yeah. So the fact that everybody's aware of it might be saving a life, man.
It wouldn't
Good
at
for
all
you,
surprise me.
4chan. You had inadvertently did some good.
Oh, I was gonna say what's interesting though is apparently Family Guy predicted like all of these cases, all the celebrity molesting cases. Like they made jokes about Kevin Spacey molesting kids. They made jokes about fucking Henry Weinstein. So like I'm wondering if we should be watching old episodes of Family Guy now,
right? To predict
and seeing how many of those were like, how many of those names have yet to be named, so that we know who else is going down.
Is Ryan Reynolds really gay the way he was on those Family Guy episodes?
It'd be really funny if he was.
No, he actually did the voices, so I'm sure he was. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he was the one playing himself in that one. So
he might have been, because I'm sure some of the jokes were just jokes. But
no, it was pretend. He was like hitting on Peter, dude, like hooking up with Peter. So yeah,
it makes me wonder if Seth MacFarlane was like just taking all the rumors he heard in Hollywood and putting them in his jokes.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, man. It makes sense. But yeah. Although the Spacey thing, I knew he was gay, or not knew, but my sister's ex-husband worked security at one of the resorts here in Phoenix, and Kevin Spacey had stayed there, and then one of the guys he worked with said that fucking Spacey was hitting on him hardcore and kind of like fondling him and shit.
Yeah,
like actually like grabbing his ass and trying to grab his junk and shit. So
yeah.
I knew I pretty much knew that Spacey was gay, but I didn't know anything about trying to fuck kids.
The restaurant worker that he bribed. Like he apparently went and sat down next to the restaurant worker when the guy was like, after the guy had gotten off the restaurant and was sitting on the bus stop, and Kevin Spacey sat next to him, whipped out his dick, and was like, "It's big, isn't it?"
God damn, dude.
And then the restaurant worker, being, not a gay and underage, was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And so Kevin Spacey gave him his watch to shut him up.
Damn, dude. Jesus, dude.
See, the thing was, Sheen is a fucking meth head, so that wouldn't surprise me if that was true.
Right.
Like,
plus, after you fuck like 10,000 of the hottest women on the planet, you might want a little fucking variety. You're like, hey, I'm gonna fuck dudes now too.
Well, I mean, there's not. I think it's been confirmed that he's fucked a few dudes.
It shouldn't be surprised.
Well, I think it's been confirmed. I'm not. I don't think it's a rumor anymore.
Right.
Like when he was doing his Tiger Blood thing and just high as a kite all the time and just not lying about being a whacked out drug fiend.
Right.
He actually admitted to, like, I think blowing a guy or being blown by a guy or something. So I mean, I think that was confirmed.
Right. I missed that too, but.
Well, I remember because there was a porn star that was getting on it that was, like, I think filing a lawsuit because he hadn't disclosed that he had AIDS.
Oh, okay.
Right. And he was paying her to fuck him, and she's like, he had a responsibility to tell me that he had AIDS. This is how I make my job is fucking on film. And I was his girlfriend, and he didn't tell me, and that could have ruined not only my career, but it could have potentially harmed so many other men and women.
Yeah. That's accurate. I wonder if that would, since it was kind of backdated, I wonder if it would fall under the old California rule.
Oh, this was a couple of years ago, so definitely.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah.
I still can't believe they changed that to making it just a misdemeanor, dude.
Ashland Brooks.
That's insane to me.
It was Ashland Brooks that filed the complaint against him.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find a picture of her in clothes.
Right.
She's a porn star. Or see if I can find the story. Let's see, Brooke, Suze. Yeah, I immediately realized after finding a picture of him, like, no, I'm never gonna find a picture of her I can show on the fucking internet.
Yeah. She does not like to be clothed, or at least not filmed.
Oh, Brooke Mueller, otherwise known as Ashland Brooks. No, that's not it. Oh, Brie Olson. My bad. It's not. It's not. Okay. Yeah, it's Brie Olson. She was one of the girlfriends. Well, he's got 2 girlfriends and his wife.
All right. Yeah, the fucking what the hell did he refer to them as, dude? Got some weird
Goddesses?
fucking name. The goddesses. That's right.
The goddesses. He had warlock fantasies about it.
Yeah, no, he's out there. You know, again, when you're a meth head, man, it gets the shit gets crazy for average everyday people. For a fucking movie star, it's got to get fucking well, obviously, it gets fucking insane.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, though there's no pictures I can show of her. That's not going to work at all. Holy shit. That's not at all.
Brie Olson clothed. See if that pulls up anything.
I'm putting it on strict search results. Oh, here we go. Okay. I've never turned safe search on before. Because it's not even about porn. It's just like you will absolutely just not get some search results you really want to get. Like you won't get an accurate search half the time. He had good taste though, I gotta say. Like she's pretty fucking hot. I mean,
yeah, she's cute.
Looks like a Midwestern kind of like 10.
Mm.
You know, if you're in right. Wisconsin, that's a 10.
Right.
Of course, I should shut my fucking mouth because I'm not some like fucking Adonis here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, no, I mean California is, it's different. Even Arizona, man. I was amazed at. I had a friend of mine that moved back to like Pennsylvania, like Lancaster, like where he wasn't Amish and whatever, but anyways, that's Amish country, and he had sent me a picture of a chick that like everyone back there was like fawning over and like this is the hottest chick around or whatever. And I was like, dude, she's like a 5. Like out here in Arizona, she's like a 5, maybe a 6. Like, dude, that's fucking yeah. It's just weird, dude. How different areas of the country just have way different standards. Obviously. You got to be a fucking bomb just to drop dead gorgeous, and even then, you see fucking 10 of them every 5 minutes.
Goddamn, no. Apparently, it was with Mel Gibson. Okay, maybe I was wrong about the gay thing being confirmed. Everything I'm seeing is it's like he had sex with Mel Gibson. So I don't know about that.
That would be fucking hilarious if that was true, dude.
That would be. I want it to be true, but I don't know if that's true now. Now that I'm seeing it, I may have seen some tabloids and shit. Thought they were like news and not realized it.
Yeah, check with Snopes. They'll tell you the truth.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, Snopes is so fucking honest now.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Because that was a really good idea, man. But it's so politicized that they're so full of shit now. Yeah,
it's too bad they couldn't keep politics out of it and just like.
Stay objective. It was the whole fucking point of your site, to not be politicized, to be fucking neutral, and they couldn't help themselves.
Well, it didn't even show up on Snopes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't. I assume they probably wouldn't even want to touch that anyway.
No, I wouldn't. I would be surprised. Let's see. Their own sign.
Yeah. If you type in Brie Olson clothes, it pulls up a lot. It still pulls up a bunch of fucking nudes too.
Oh, I didn't type in clothes. I just turned on strict safe search.
Oh, gotcha. There's her in a little Supergirl outfit. Yeah, that's weird because she's a good looking chick, but yeah, considering it's L.A., pretty average, man. Kind of below average, really, for L.A., I would imagine, or Hollywood.
She's thick, if you like a thick girl.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That is
and she's a porn star, so she knows she's.
But there's plenty of thick girls that have fucking.
Well, it's a status symbol though, because you're fucking a porn star. It's not just like.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be because there's a lot of porn stars, and that's not real hard to do because all of them are down. Not all of them, but a lot of them are down for money, essentially. Like that's their job, and a lot of them are like willing to do weird shit on the side too. Have like a sugar daddy, not be like a regular hooker though.
Yeah,
if you're Charlie Sheen and you're throwing fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars around, millions of dollars around. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get porn stars. That's not hard to do.
Yeah, this is true.
Now, here's the question, though. Did they actually care about each other, or was it just fucking? I'm always curious about that. Is there any genuine affection that's involved in those relationships?
Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine. Probably for Sheen, probably a little bit. I don't know about her. I guess it's got to be a little bit, but I don't know how. I can't imagine it was all that intense.
Oh yeah, like I'm not talking about fucking true love and shit. We're not talking fucking what do you call it? Princess Bride, like fucking.
Yeah, I imagine they must have cared about each other because I mean, I'm sure there were plenty of fucking porn stars he could have, been throwing money at to fuck or hang out, whatever.
Yeah.
There's got to be something to it, I would imagine.
I wonder. I'd love to be a fly on the wall for like a week and just see how they interact. I think it'd just be fascinating. It'd be weird and fascinating to see how that works.
Yeah, that's true. That would make a great. That would have made it great.
I don't want to see what kind of weird, shitty, like terrible sex they have.
Right.
Because I'm sure, like the porns, porns they know how to make it look good, but I'm sure like regular people, it's not as good looking as porn. It's just gonna be
right. Yeah, I would never want to see a video of me fucking, dude.
Yeah, there's be a lot of sweating and butt cracks, and just like oh no.
Right.
Oh, you know what I found out today? Anchovies are not good.
What?
Anchovies not good on their own.
They're incredibly salty, right?
Oh my god, it was like eating salt. It's such a bad idea.
Yeah. No, I remember eating them, man. Even on a pizza, the salt is too salty, man. Yeah. Yeah.
I can see that they use them as like throw one or two in like a one or two little fillets, tiny, just barely any in like Caesar dressing or like pasta sauces and shit. If you're not going to have any other cheese or any other salt, I mean.
Right.
Because I could see that flavor if it had been watered down being okay. But my God, on its own, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah. No, I remember trying one. It was a long time ago, but the saltiness of it has stuck in my mind over the years and decades.
I've always wanted to try sardines and anchovies.
Mm-hmm. Dude, my dad loved sardines. Sardines on toast, man. My dad ate that. I could never try it. They always smelled weird to me.
It's so good. I got sardines in olive oil, and there wasn't really any smell at all to me. It wasn't really fishy. Like tuna fish tastes more fishy than sardines did. It might have just been that one.
I'm gonna have to try it, man. I'm gonna have to try it because, like I said, my dad loved that shit, man.
Well, the reason I started,
he would have.
What is it? I'm supposed to eat salmon like 3 times a week or some shit for cholesterol. And I was looking online, and a can of sardines has all the good stuff, but like not nearly as many calories and not nearly as many bad fats. It's actually better for you. It has a lot more vitamins too.
Do the sardines have the bones in them still?
Yeah. You just eat the whole thing though. It doesn't like.
They're small enough to where the bones are not like dangerous. Right?
They're all cooked.
Right.
So they cook the bones and the meat until the bones are not dangerous.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it, man. You
can't even feel them. You can't even tell their bones in there when you're chewing it up.
Yeah.
But I put it in crackers. I thought that was pretty good. Like some, what are those? Fucking Triscuits?
My dad put it on toast. My dad always ate them on toast.
Well, I've heard the anchovies you're supposed to mix 50-50 with butter and then put on toast. Like you grind them up into a sardine butter, essentially. Or an anchovy butter, I should say.
That's weird because butter's already got a decent amount of salt in it too.
Well,
Usually,
you can buy unsalted butter.
oh yeah, that's true. Duh.
And so I've heard people do that. That's like a British thing.
Mm.
But well, I shouldn't have said I heard that. I saw what's his name. Oh, the chef who likes to yell and scream at people.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay.
That's a guy. Yeah, I saw him do it, and it looked pretty good. But after trying them, I think that's way too much salt for toast. I like fucking Marmite.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, it's Marmite, Vegemite.
Oh, okay.
They're the same thing essentially.
Yeah, I've never tried any of that shit.
It's pretty fucking good. It's almost like sausage flavored, if that makes sense in a weird way. But
I thought it's something that's made all out of vegetables, right?
It's essentially the stuff that's left after you brew beer. It's like the sediment on the bottom of the fucking barrel.
Oh wow,
that doesn't make it sound good,
dude.
Well, essentially, what you do is you butter a piece of toast, and then you take the amount of Marmite you put on is about for one piece of toast is about the size of a pea.
Yeah. Oh, so you spread it real thin, like super thin.
Yeah, exactly. Super thin. It's like a flavor on the toast. It's not like a topping.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I have to try that too. I've never. Wait, they sell Vegemite? Yeah, they must, right? They sell it here somewhere. Is it called Marmite here?
Well, Marmite is the British version, and Vegemite is the Australian version, but they're essentially the same.
Okay.
I'm sure there's like a
have you ever
difference in flavor, but I mean they're the same product.
Right. Have you ever seen it at like a regular grocery store or no?
No, I ordered it online. I wouldn't bother to order it. It's good. It's not worth like sending out and ordering it online though.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Unless you just want to like mess with people and be like, "Look, I'm eating Vegemite, motherfucker."
It's fantastic.
Let me see here. Oh, did you hear more than half of London's police stations are closing?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the reasoning behind that? Is it just no money or what?
I have no idea. Oh, they're claiming that they're keeping buildings open that are not used.
So are they firing cops or are they just closing the buildings?
They're closing the stations because they claim there's only 8% of the crimes are reported there.
Oh, wow.
And they're saving £8 million, so they're definitely firing cops. Well, to me, it seems like he's like sort of supporting the whole like Islam invasion thing. Like we're gonna bring all these people in who are gonna like rape and abuse and murder and abuse all these citizens, and then we're gonna take away like half their fucking police stations.
Yeah, that's true. If they're allowing them to have the Sharia law in these fucking enclaves or whatever they want to call them, yeah, why the fuck have cops around?
It makes me wonder if that's where all the cop stations are located.
Where the Sharia law areas
are. That's what I'm wondering. It's like is he basically taking away any sort of oversight that was left in those areas? Makes me wonder if that means they're getting closer to some violence and shit on the streets, like some real heavy duty, like fucking what do you call it? Oh, purge, like some purge shit.
Where
people
would be fucking crazy.
Had enough, and they all put on like masks and just go fucking killing people and shit.
Right.
I mean, I don't think that's right in the UK, but
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's. I would think there has to be a fucking pretty big chunk of English people that are fed up with that shit. You know what I mean?
It blows my mind. And here's the thing, man. The concept of this, what do you call it? Multiculturalism is such horse shit. It's not multiculturalism to lose your culture because you're trying to like honor everyone else's. That's not multicultural.
Yeah, no, it's surrender. It's fucking bullshit, dude.
Yeah, and especially when you have the superior culture. Like, I know that the people are like, oh, that's racist. It's not about race. It's just your culture, you know, Western culture is superior to other cultures. Like, we don't randomly kill people in the streets. We don't allow people to just stab each other when they're angry.
Yeah, we don't throw gay people off of fucking roofs.
Well, I mean, legit, you can just stab some dude if he looks at your wife in the Middle East and in a lot of those areas. It's totally understandable.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they haven't really advanced at all, dude. That's the thing with Islam, is it's so restrictive and so controlling that it doesn't really allow for...
A lot of those areas, it's like welfare, though. People just keep giving them money because, like, so many types of minerals and oils from that region, and they don't really earn it. So they have no respect for, like, the money, and they don't have to actually improve themselves to make more money.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be almost they'd be losing out if they actually got a job.
Well, if we stopped just giving free money to all these countries and stopped taking some of the resources from them, they'd have to actually improve their own infrastructure and create, like, work and Oh, Nish Brown says fake news just for the views. Thank you, Nish. Duly noted, sir.
Yeah.
It feels like it's almost like a welfare thing, you know, because, like, people who go on welfare for, like, super long just have no respect for, you know, the money or that they earn, because there's no investment on their part.
Yeah, it's expected. You know what? I was thinking about this earlier. My ex kind of expects to just get welfare, dude, and has no problem with it. It's something that I found really shocking. And that's kind of the way they are. They get pregnant, they get money, and they fucking, you know. When we were together, she was trying to convince me to minimize my health insurance because all the kids could just be on Access. On the they call it Access in California?
In California, it's Medi-Cal.
But it's, same thing. I guess it wouldn't be. The A in Access stands for Arizona, so it probably wouldn't be the same.
Right. But it's the state medical plan for people who don't have money.
Yeah. And I was like, she did not understand this, but I was like, dude, no, I can afford, like, I was making a lot of money. I was like, no, I can afford to keep them on my insurance. I don't want them being on the Access. And she fucking did not understand that at all, dude.
Well, and not only that, but if they're on your insurance, they're going to get much better treatment.
Yeah, that's what I told her too. I'm like, look, it's not a huge difference between me paying for just me and me paying for you and the kids. And again, we're making plenty of fucking money.
Well, and then what was it? My job tried to put everybody on Medicare, like the employees.
Yeah.
One year they were like, "Hey, by the way, you guys are so fucking poor. You qualify for Medicare." And here's if you want to take that, it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you anything as far as benefits. So here's the information. They legit tried to get everybody to fucking give up their like actual Kaiser insurance and shit for fucking Medicare.
Jeez, that's crazy, man.
Nobody wanted that because all our clients are on Medicare because they're on Social Security, and so we know how fucking awful it is. Like, when you fine, we know better than that. Nice try.
Yeah, it's funny.
Medicare has vision and dental as well as medical, and it's all free.
All right, Jesus, that's all shitty, but it's free.
Oh my god, man! I've had clients wait for years to get medical treatment, like for dental treatment.
Wow!
Like, legitimately, like, I've had clients who have like teeth that are agonizingly painful, and then they're out of the program. And then I see them again later, like a year or two later in the program again, and they still have the same tooth problems because they can't get a dentist to do anything. Because they're all on fucking Medi-Cal and Medicare.
Yeah. Eesh.
Yeah, but sign up for that shit.
Yep. No, it's better than nothing, but yeah, it's not better than any health insurance you pay for, dude.
Well, It's fucking like almost everybody I've ever met who's on Obamacare. It's just like it's awful.
Yeah.
Like it's overpriced. You don't get very good treatment. You can't really make any choices.
Yeah.
It's, you know, whatever your doctor says, whether your doctor's right or wrong, you just have to deal with it.
Mm. Yeah, no, that's been a real disaster. I'm amazed that, well, I shouldn't be amazed, but it's amazing how little that's been kind of televised or whatever, publicized. You know, like they'll talk about it like just really quick and then just drop it.
Yeah.
You know, like, no, this has been horrible. Turns out when you allow everybody with the pre-existing conditions, that rates are going to go up like a lot.
Well, it's not even the pre-existing conditions. It's that there's no competition for who provides the care. Essentially,
so you can just charge whatever. You can charge way higher shit, way higher prices.
Exactly. And so essentially, like in California, you have to have Kaiser if you're on Obamacare, essentially. Most places it's all through Kaiser, and you can't, like, there's no competition. You can't also go into Blue Cross instead, or into any you couldn't get a coverage from another state either. Like if another company in another state is offering better coverage at better prices, you can't go there.
So I guess the monopoly is okay as long as the government is in charge of the monopoly.
Oh, well, we were right, man. Senasoka was looking up what stations are closing in London. Newham is losing a police station, and it's one of the worst areas in London for homelessness. 13,607 people, or 1 out of 25 being homeless.
Wow.
Yeah, he's doing exactly what we're talking about. He's basically taking the police out of the higher crime areas and just leaving it.
Just letting it devolve even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know one of the things they do. One of the things they do is they use eminent domain in the States. Is they'll let areas get worse so that they can declare them disaster zones. And then they can use eminent domain to seize them so that they can take all the property and pay like 1/10 of what the actual value is. And then what essentially what happens is like a rich developer will want that land, and he'll go through the back door working with the politicians to get the crime rate up so they can declare it a disaster zone. So they can use eminent domain to seize the land, kick everyone out for super cheap, and then the government sells it to that guy for like, twice what they paid for it.
Right.
And then usually this guy gets it for like half price. And then he gets to build like super upper class apartments. And so in some respects, that's one of the things they talk about when they're talking about gentrification and why it's wrong.
Right.
It's in a lot of cases, it's like that. It's not a natural process where people are just like, well, but the artists are all here and things are looking up. So like Steven Crowder, when he talks about it, really only does half an explanation of what goes on, really.
Yeah. No, if it's an area where, I think Mark Maron talks about it a lot. Like the neighborhood he lives in used to be a really shitty one, but, well, the way he puts it, it's like the gays moved in and fucking spruced everything up. Like that's a pretty natural thing. That's not the government. What you're talking about. That's fine. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that.
Yeah, no, that does happen, and it's also gentrification. But the problem is there's also the other one, and I don't like when people won't admit both.
Yeah, no.
The
natural, like what I was describing, is there should be nothing wrong with that. But what you were talking about, that's fucking horrible, dude.
Yeah, no. Well, the thing is, but they're both called gentrification because that's technically what they both are.
Right.
But people just don't acknowledge, depending on their political leanings, they won't acknowledge one or the other.
Yeah. One's pretty natural and one's corrupt.
Yeah, and so when you talk about gentrification, it's a good and bad thing. Let's get into the nuance and actually, condemn one and condone the other instead of like being, well, I'm a Republican, gentrification is always good. I'm a Democrat, it's always evil.
Right.
The silliness of being like, well, maybe it's a gray area. I think Senasoka has a good point. Keep the poor people fighting so the rich and corrupt can do what they want without people prying. That makes sense. I could totally see that.
Yeah, no, it's the way the whole system is kind of set up, man. With the huge corporations and, that kind of shit. beyond crime, just
the racial divide has been a really good thing to keep people from really paying attention to like what's going on with the politician, the level of corruption in Washington. Just like how bad it's gotten.
Yeah, it's essentially corporations running shit, and they deliberately keep us fighting over whether it's race. Again, it went from like gay marriage to whatever. They'll exhaust a topic as far as a distraction until it's not.
I mean, for the longest
until it just doesn't work anymore, and then they come up with something new, whether it's trans bathroom bullshit or again racial shit. It's pretty much always going to work.
In the 80s and 90s, it was the drug war. Say no to drugs. Weed is going to kill you.
Right.
And then the politically correct stuff and the racial stuff and all that. Like suddenly we have to tear down all these fucking statues because we have to pretend the past didn't happen.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people who weren't affected by it or really, really affected by it.
It's very, very low importance, or it should be very low on the importance scale. But again, it keeps people distracted from the fucking bullshit.
The fucking that advertisement about Gillespie in fucking Virginia that blows my mind. How the fuck did that win? Who voted for that piece of shit? Like I could be the most hardcore Democrat in the world. I see an ad like that, I'm going to be like, all right, I can't vote for this guy. That's going too fucking.
Well, it wasn't his campaign. It was by who was it? Ava Longoria and whatever fucking group she had. They're the ones that fucking put that ad out.
Oh, it wasn't him. Okay, that's a little more comforting because I just like.
Yeah, no, that wasn't him directly. Otherwise, I would imagine that would have fucking or should have cost him the race. And I guarantee you, it probably would have, won by more. I guarantee it turned off a lot of people. But the fact that it wasn't him direct or that person directly is what saved their ass.
Yeah, because that was just so fucking grotesque.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't usually agree with Tucker Carlson because he's just such a weird dude. But like, he was talking to some lady about this. He's like, "This is insane." Like this is trying to start a race war. Like, what is wrong with you? And the lady was just like, "Well, it's true." And he's like, "How is this true? When did this? What are you talking about?"
So that bitch really believed that there were dudes in big fucking monster pickup trucks it was running down minorities.
She thought it was representing the reality of how people felt. That there's all these racists coming out of the woodwork.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. That's one of the things that really bothers me. Is suddenly like everybody that doesn't agree is a racist. That kind of thing is just getting weird.
Yeah.
Like, how long is that going to?
Well, it worked for a long time.
Everybody is just like, okay, no, let's fucking stop.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It worked for a long time, so they're having a hard time adjusting to the fact that it doesn't work anymore. Just calling people racist or a bigot or a fucking homophobe. It worked for a very, very long time. And that's why they're still doing it. They're like, well, it worked before, it's going to keep working. Like, no, we know what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Everybody is aware of your fucking bullshit. So
I thought it was funny that like everybody was terrified that Trump was going to get in office and start killing gay people.
Yeah.
I was just like,
what? Dude, it had no basis in fact. His racism or his fucking homophobia, no basis in fact whatsoever.
Yeah, the only thing he did when he got into office was end those stupid bathroom laws.
Right.
And that was a good thing because we don't need laws about who gets to use what bathroom. Can we just not have laws about that?
Yeah.
Like the government doesn't.
Yeah, dude, I guarantee you. Yeah, dude. I guarantee you it's been happening for fucking ever that if a dude, trans man or trans woman was going into the ladies' restroom and nobody was giving a shit because she looked like a woman or looked enough like a woman.
And there has been cases, I know at least one that I saw, where like somebody dressed like a girl to go into the women's bathroom and try to molest kids.
Yeah.
That has happened once, at least. It's probably happened a few times.
But it has but it's way overblown.
Who uses what bathroom?
Right. Yeah, it happens in the fucking. It happens in the fucking men's room too, man. Guys go into a fucking men's room and molest boys, dude. Like,
but here's the thing. Having a law about who uses what bathroom isn't going to stop people who already want to break the law.
Yeah, they're going to fucking find a way.
To break a much worse law than this minor law.
Yeah.
They're going to do both. Now they're just breaking two. You're not really changing anything. You're not stopping anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not much of a deterrent for people like that. You know, they're fucking obsessed with doing that shit. They're not going to stop, you know.
But I know. The children. Everything has to be about the children. But
yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, that's the other thing they kind of go to too, beyond the racist and the fucking homophobe shit.
Well, that was
think of the children.
That was an interesting thing with all these bullshit about Red Pill Black. Which she's going to dox kids. She's going to dox kids. She's going to dox kids. And I'm like, wait though. She's talking about people who are legitimately violating the law, like who are committing harassment and death threats. Like, she's not talking about just people who are mean.
Yeah, and then whatever law that Blair was bringing up is for what, kids under 12 or something like that.
Well, and here's the thing though: if they're breaking the law, then they should be exposed and they should be punished, regardless of age. It's not like if you're under 18, you get to shoot people and it's cool. Or you get to fucking steal shit out of a grocery store and nobody's gonna fucking get you.
Right.
And if you're violating the law, you're harassing people or violating their rights. Like, your freedom of speech is not ultimate.
Right.
It ends where somebody else's freedom of speech begins.
Right.
You know, like, or where their freedom begins. Like, somebody has the right to walk down the street and not be like harassed and molested by me.
Yeah,
you know, just because I can say whatever I want doesn't mean I can follow somebody around and be like, fuck you all day long. That's obscene.
Yeah. Yeah, try wandering around in the streets and yelling, kill yourself, faggot, you know?
Yeah.
See how long you're going to get away with that shit.
There's a big difference between saying, I hate fags should all go to hell, and following somebody around who's gay and going, fag. Like, it's a huge difference. And one is protected by freedom of speech, and the other one is not, because you're violating that other person's freedom to walk down the street and not be fucking harassed.
Right.
And that's not in the Constitution directly, but it's heavily implied. And I don't think they thought you needed to put that shit down. They put it at the pursuit of happiness. Figured that was covering.
Yeah.
You know, the right to the pursuit of happiness.
But yeah, no, it is kind of funny how the fucking alleged skeptic community is kind of pulling the same shit. Again, the horseshoe is getting more and more of a fucking mirror fucking image every fucking day. You know, using the fucking racist bullshit. Oh, everybody who follows Candace is racist. Fucking think of the children. Dude, it's the same shit, dude, on both sides now, man.
It's getting silly. And she was saying they're all paid shills and fucking it's a conspiracy against her. Although, to be fair, technically it was.
Yeah,
it wasn't
that's
a
true.
paid conspiracy. There was no, but when you have two or more people talking around in secret, like, and Worski admitted as much, that he and Tree of Knowledge were talking privately on direct messages in Twitter about this, and then he made his videos. That is conspiracy, technically speaking. That is an actual
no, they
conspiracy.
all talk, dude. I know maybe he only admitted to them too, but they all talk, dude.
So that was a conspiracy where they decided to go after it. It wasn't paid by like George Soros or any of that.
That was a little silly. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Again, she didn't have any proof of it. She needs to say, I think, before she says all her fucking theories, dude.
Well, she made the claim that she only ever said that about George or about Spencer, that he was a paid shill. I don't know for sure if that's true or not. I haven't been able to find like where that whole thing originates from.
I think I remember
potentially.
I don't think it was specific to Spencer. Maybe it was, dude.
Potentially, she might have been honest in that she was just referring to Spencer, and people took it out of context or cut out the part they wanted to make it look worse.
Yeah, I'd have to check it, man.
Either way, it's a fucking inane comment to make, because it doesn't fucking matter. Like, I'm not going to sit and worry about if somebody's getting paid.
Actually, on that one, her saying, I think this is happening in front of that probably wouldn't have made much difference. That was pretty nutty.
Yeah, it was pretty
but some of the other shit, some of the other shit, she really needs to stop stating it like it's a fucking fact. If she
no, and I don't think she should say that about Spencer either. I don't think she should have said that about him either.
Right.
I just wanted to be fair and say like, but she didn't say that that's all she meant. But you know what she said and what she meant, not always the same thing.
Yeah, that is kind of funny. That is kind of a way to deflect it. Oh no, I was only doing it about Spencer. Well, nobody kind of catches on. Like, dude, that's still fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what I mean? Like it's
because it's one person and not everybody. It's still
ridiculous. But that's incredibly manipulative and it works. You know what I mean? Like until right now, I didn't realize. Like, wait a minute, yeah, it's still fucking ridiculous. Even if it was just Spencer you were talking about. Yeah. No, she's like I said, incredibly manipulative, immature, insane, kind of. Yeah, it's
she balanced out with Blair White because they were both pretty identical in that respect. Incredibly ridiculous.
I don't know. In my opinion, she was far worse than not far worse, but she was worse than Blair. But neither of them did a good job there. They were both really shitty.
I couldn't say that one was worse than the other personally. I think they were equally terrible in their own special way.
No, Candace hit the shit, and she.
You have a little bit of
fucking set it off right from the beginning with that fucking bullshit about I want to make it clear I'm sitting across from a man, you know.
Oh, that's so. Yeah, no, she did start off with the pettiness. Yeah, I'll give you that. I was just gonna say she's being really manipulative, and you kind of have a little bias against that kind of thing from your ex-wife. So maybe like for you, that's what really draws the line to making her worse. But no, that's a good point. She did bring up that whole bullshit about I'm sitting across from a man. So
I thought that for me, it seemed like she was way more fucking catty and fucking immature and shit. But I don't know. I'll go back and watch it and see if I can't watch that again.
I don't know why she picked Blair though.
Because Blair sucks at debating. I guarantee it's because Blair sucks at debating.
I would have picked somebody like Jeff Holiday.
Yeah, but Jeff would probably do a better job. No, not a good job.
Not because of that. I think Jeff is not nearly as intelligent as he pretends.
Yeah.
I think if you got down into technical nitty gritty, he would make himself look real fucking dumb, and you would really be able to walk him around the course.
Yeah. It may just be as simple as Blair lives in L.A. and Jeff doesn't.
Oh, you know what? It might have just been to get more attention because Blair's a bigger channel.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm pretty sure Blair's a bigger channel than Jeff too. That might have been what it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She definitely has more subs than, or well, I don't say definitely, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm looking that up, but I'm wondering if that was the whole reason behind the decision. It might have also been personal because Blair was fucking talking some trash in that one stream too. So.
Yeah.
That might be.
Also, got 355,000, dude.
So Jeff's 69.
Oh, he's up to 69 now.
69,000. And then you said Blair has 350,000.
Yeah, 354, 937. So essentially 355,000, dude.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that must be what it was. Blair's a bigger name. Well, and Blair was also talking some mad shit in that stream. Like, she just came on. She's such a fraud. And I was just like, holy shit.
I thought it was funny that they both managed to be way off on the amount of time that she was on the stream. Although Blair was way shortchanging it. I was only on for like 15 minutes. She's like, no, it was an hour and 15 minutes.
I think it was closer
to about 40. No, then somebody looked it up. It was like 40.
Yeah, it was more than 40 minutes. I watched 49 minutes. Blair came on about 9 minutes or so in. And she showed no signs of being off when I was watching it.
Oh, really? Okay. So, whoever reported that, I guess, was fucking.
Yeah, I think whoever reported that was not being honest.
Yeah. Either way, Blair was way, way off, though. You know what I mean? She can't possibly have realized she was only on for, or she couldn't possibly have thought.
I'm sure the other one was off too. They were so emotional that I sincerely doubt either one of them was right.
Yeah, but if it was close to 50 or almost an hour, then Red Pill Black was a lot closer.
Yeah, but
if you're on for 50 minutes and you think you're only on for 15, that's not even close, dude.
Well, you're having so much fun talking so much trash.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? I'm thinking about our streams, and almost every time I'm like, "Holy shit, we've been talking for this long." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. I'm wondering.
So it could very well be. Yeah. That's pretty far off, dude.
Let's see here. I'm gonna try to check right now with it muted.
Yeah, this is the Stench Ever says Blair and Red Pill Black have much better taste in jewelry and outfits than Jeff, but Jeff has a bigger dildo.
Jeff has the biggest dildo. That's true. Oh no, it looks like I might be wrong. I might be wrong. It might have been 40 minutes. See, it's easy to lose track of time.
Yeah.
Let's see, it looks on. She gets on at about half an hour. Let's see. Oh, maybe I just cut short because then Barbara comes on. No, it was about 40 minutes. They were right. I was wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
I should shut my fucking mouth.
Yeah.
I guess I must have just lost my sense of time when I was listening to the beginning of that.
So they both managed to be wrong. Just that's kind of appropriate though for that whole debate. You know.
Yeah, if I were going to talk
both
to somebody,
managed to be about equally off, dude. About equally wrong.
Yeah, about equally wrong. If I were in Red Pill Black's place, I would talk to somebody like Barbara for you to see, or like Jeff, somebody who can keep the emotional aspect of it in check, who's not going to just start yelling and screaming. Yeah. And I would only talk to them.
Although in my mind, Candace initiated a lot of that.
I think they both did. I think they both came in ready to fight.
I think Candace initiated a lot more than.
Did you?
Not a lot more.
Blair White on that podcast prior to that.
Yeah, no.
Blair White was fucking aggressive. She was like, "She's a fraud. I fucking hate this bitch. I've never thought she was being honest." She was fucking coming in hot too.
Yeah, but
both coming in hot. They were both coming in a lot of emotions in the background, not really ready to actually.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
To me, it's like that thing with Peach and
Chambers.
Like they were both just coming in hot. They didn't want to talk it out. They weren't ready to fucking have some sort of like reconciliation. They just wanted to be mad. And
Although I thought Chambers looked ridiculous, dude.
They both looked fucking absurd.
Yeah. Even in that one, man. I mean, Chambers was insisting, like trying to insist that her way was right, and all they did was disagree. But she was acting like she was like objectively wrong, and she was trying to insist that she was obligated to let her on the fucking stream.
See, but I'm not trying to look at like whose ultimate opinion was right with either section. I'm just saying the behavior was the same.
Oh, right. Okay, I gotcha.
So I'm not saying that Candace or Blair were right either way. I'm saying their behavior was on par. Like they both came in wanting to fight, and they got it. Like they were not coming in to have. Neither one of them was coming in to make peace. Not what was happening. They wanted a reckoning.
I just thought Candace was more petty. I really did.
She started off the pettiness, but I think Blair made up for it.
Yeah, I don't know. Even after the little break, came back. Candace initiated the pettiness again on the last Q&A thing. Candace initiated the pettiness again, dude. You know, I really I thought Candace looked way worse in that debate than
like Blair calling it a hit list and all that other stuff. Like,
it's fucking
as good as she got.
Yeah, she's full of shit too.
She was,
but I thought if Candace fucking kept, even a bit of a level head, she wins that debate. Fucking handily.
I don't think Candace was more petty. I think Candace was more inclined to fucking interrupt. She just would not stop.
No, she definitely did that. They both did, but Candace was definitely worse on that too, man.
And the interrupting. I think they both.
And then when Blair interrupted, she'd be like, "I let you finish." I'm like, "No, you really didn't let her finish. Hardly at all. Hardly ever." And then bitch
that was
like
funny
that.
Because they would both say that though. Be honest, they would both say that. Both interrupt.
And again, I didn't watch all of it, so that's another thing that might be throwing me off.
I did watch the whole like debate part. as much as I hate myself for watching.
Yeah. At first I was like, damn it, I forgot about the hour change. I thought this started an hour later. And then I was, kind of glad.
Same here, and I'm actually in California, so I should fucking know. I just I kept expecting it to get better. Like I just kept thinking, oh no, Dave's gonna step up and cool it down and bring down a level of discussion.
I don't know why he didn't.
He's gonna do that. Why is he not canceling this?
Yeah, or at least saying, look, we're taking the time out here. Like both of you need to go to your fucking corners and then fucking wait for and calm down and wait for the fucking bell again because you guys are fucking ridiculous right now. Or cut their mics at least. Dude, something, dude. Yeah, he was way too passive, dude. He's no good as a moderator, man.
No.
Yeah. Well, and again, it should not have happened in person, dude. It should have been somewhere where he could have muted both of them.
I want to say Beard Barian called that, though. Mm-hmm. I heard about it in a chat, and I remember Beard Barian saying something in the chat, he was like, yeah, there's no debating on YouTube. Let's be honest. It's just yeah.
Yeah, but again, if there was a possibility of having them at the same, it would be pointless to be at the same house in separate rooms. It shouldn't have happened at the house. It should have been, your house, your house, and I can mute both of you fucking crazy bitches.
Yeah, when Candace is doing a media tour, and so she's, from what I understand, she's out hitting all the different news outlets and trying to get her name out there as much as possible, and making money, doing what she does for her living. She's a fucking journalist. Yeah, I don't know, from college, so that's what you do. You get out on TV, you go and you do these things. That's how you make your money when you want to be a news person.
Yeah, I don't know. For me though, I was still kind of undecided on Candace, dude, and now I just think she's a horrible person, dude.
Oh, I've never been a fan of her. I just think that I'm not gonna be oh, she's terrible. I just think she just wants to be the person behind the desk on one of the Fox Media or one of the Fox stations.
Yeah, it does kind of seem like she's angling for a fucking network job, doesn't it? Or a fucking an anchor job.
Yeah, I think she's genuinely conservative. I just think she's that sort of surface conservative where they just want to have a job working at Fox, or she apparently got offered a job for Alex Jones and something like that. Now, hey, you know what? Make fun of Alex Jones, but that's some good money there. I guarantee you.
Right.
Alex Jones makes a lot of money.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if she ends up on Fox News, dude.
Yeah, it's a fucking, here we have Candace Owens on the scene.
Yeah.
Candace Owens interviewing this person for 5 seconds on the break kind of thing.
Yeah, or just any of the panels having to do with race.
Yeah, she seems to be really fucking weird about race. That's a little I'm not a fan of that kind of behavior, that attitude. You're not the voice for black women. You're a voice for yourself. Sorry. It's not. Nobody gets to be the voice for an entire race, or it's ridiculous.
Yeah, nobody should be claiming that bullshit, dude.
Alex Jones does not represent me. Alex Jones represents Alex Jones.
Right.
Richard Spencer is not the voice for white men. Richard Spencer is the voice for Richard Spencer. And that's one of the things that really bothered me about. Actually, that was one of the other things that really bothered me about a lot of the skeptic bullshit, where they're claiming to be the voice for this group of people, and I'm like, nah, you're really only your own voice. You don't get to be well, you're not the voice for everybody. I am. It's no. Yeah. Nobody's the voice for anybody.
Everybody is their own fucking voice. You might fucking agree or with a lot of shit with this group of people. You're still doing your own thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more conservative. I am liberal, but I'm still more centrist than either. The extremes.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking weird how much shit has changed in the last, I don't know, last decade maybe.
Oh, the left,
since Obama.
The left is fucking eating their own party. I don't know what's going to happen. People are talking about, Warren runs, she's going to win next time. I'm like, no. Nobody's going to vote.
Dude, I honestly think that the Democratic Party is going to be done and the Libertarian Party is going to replace it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know, it might be a slow death.
If they would just
it might not be a slow death.
Johnson.
Fuck.
Gary Johnson out of there, because that guy is a fucking moron.
Yes.
How can you be that unprepared and think that people are going to vote for you for president? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a fucking lunatic, dude. And this time they had an actual shot. If they would have put up somebody that was, you know, somewhat reasonable, eloquent, not insane, they had a real shot of actually fucking winning this time, dude. Maybe not, but
at least somebody who knows how to duck a question they don't know the answer to, or somebody who knows how to be honest about it.
Right.
You're like, you know what? I do have policies for the Middle East, but I have a lot to learn, and apparently this is one of the things I need to learn about. So I'm gonna have to check into this.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, or that thing where he was talking with his fucking tongue between his teeth and talking. I was like, what the fuck? Are you retarded?
I think he was probably high. He smokes weed. He openly smokes weed. He was never going to get elected. Not that there's anything wrong with smoking weed. I don't give a shit. I think
we're still good.
Smoke a fucking J on the weekend. You know, I'm sorry. I think you should fucking stress and relax.
I think it'll take another 20 years of the old people dying off that think weed's bad.
Yeah.
Before that's completely, you know, like not a big deal if the fucking president smoked weed or smoked weed.
Yeah, exactly. In like 20 years, you might be able to have a president who occasionally smokes a doobie. You know, and because I don't think fucking Snoop Dogg or something. Well, Snoop Dogg is all fucking old and barely able to move, and it'll be like a photo op.
Right. Yeah, I don't think anybody under the age of like 50 gives a shit. I really don't. Maybe it's 45.
I think anybody under the age of 60 cares at this point. And it's probably between like 50 and like 70 that people give a shit. Because after that, like the old people are like, no, this is what makes it so I don't have to fucking be miserable all the time and in pain.
Right.
And all the younger people are like, fucking weed, man.
That's what I'm saying. As you know, those people around 50 or 60 age another 10, 20 years, those people that are fucking that age now are dying off. You know, it's going to be fine, dude. Nobody's going to give a shit. You know,
I think what's interesting
president smokes, dude.
And all the places they keep legalizing it, they keep seeing drops in teen use. So, like Colorado has less high school age students or less high school age kids smoking weed than it did before they legalized it.
Yeah, it's almost like once the taboo's gone, they're like, "Fuck, I don't want to." It's not.
It's just not as fun.
Yeah, it's not breaking the law. It's not being edgy anymore. So fuck it. Plus, the increase in fucking opiates has probably have something to do with that too.
Also,
and meth.
Well, I was going to say, fucking California wants to legalize shrooms next.
Oh wow!
There's already people making a push to start getting the shrooms legalized. And I would say,
shrooms that wouldn't be that bad, dude.
I would say if you're going to legalize another drug, that's probably the next one to go with. But also, I would like to see it legalized just for medical research because it has been shown to help people with, and not full doses, but micro doses have been shown to help people with PTSD a lot.
Yeah.
So
nice
dude. I don't know. There's a way to find out if we could isolate the parts that actually are beneficial, and maybe just use those. You know.
Yeah. Or like you said, the microdosing where it's not nearly enough to make you fucking hallucinate, but it's enough to help regulate your brain bullshit.
Yeah. Deals with PTSD, like anxiety and depression and stuff like that fairly well, and with a lot less side effects than standard antidepressants.
Right.
Like
they should be funding that shit. See why they don't.
Shrooms don't make your dick soft. That's probably a big word right there.
Damn. Yeah, LSD, I wouldn't want. That one's a little dangerous, dude. But shrooms, really fucking mellow, man.
Yeah, LSD. I've done LSD myself, and I would have to agree with you on that. Like at a certain point, like there's a lot of people that just can't handle that shit.
Yeah, if you have any kind of fucking hang-ups, they're going to come out, dude.
Well,
and let's not you got to be pretty strong mentally, dude.
Well, and also let's not legalize too much too fast. Let's get weed legal in at least 90% of the states, and then start worrying about other drugs.
Yeah,
like, I think this is just too much too soon. I think we should wait. Maybe just look for like push for medical research with the shrooms. Like say, hey, look, these might have some medical benefits. Let's at least look at that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That should be happening anyway, man. It's fucking ridiculous that they.
Yeah. There shouldn't be anything that's off limits for medical research.
Yeah,
except for like cutting out people's brains.
Right.
Cut out hobo brains or some shit, where you're like fucking murdering a bunch of homeless people and hookers and switching their brains around, like that kind of shit. Nah.
Yeah, or the Tuskegee, infecting people with syphilis or whatever and not treating them. Yeah, shit like that, not so much. But yeah, and it's like fucking see if there's a benefit, if something that seems beneficial already. Like, hey, we should study this more. That should absolutely.
You got all those cocaine derivatives that are painkillers, like lidocaine and novocaine and shit like that. Those are good. They're really helpful to a lot of people. You got all the opioids, the stuff based off of heroin and other stuff like that from the poppy plant that kill pain and help people function. Granted, there are some people that end up with addiction issues with it, but there are also a lot of people that take it and they're fine. So they're not.
Do you know? Are you familiar with the story of heroin? How it was invented?
No.
It was basically a chemist that worked for Bayer, I believe, out of Germany. Was basically trying to do away with the side effects or the shit that was happening with like laudanum and opium and that kind of shit. So he basically took the opiate shit and like boiled it in vinegar or some weird shit like that, and thought that he had invented something that had eliminated all the negative shit. Yeah. And obviously exactly the opposite happened, and he essentially unleashed a fucking plague on mankind. That's why it's called heroin, because it was supposed to be this heroic thing, dude.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It was actually developed by Bayer, the company Bayer.
Yeah. No, I know
it does like the aspirin.
Yeah, the aspirin company.
Yeah. And obviously since then it's been, manufactured illegally. But yeah, they're the ones that actually invented it. It's a fucking pharmaceutical company trying to fucking solve a problem and coming up with the same problem, only much, 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 much worse.
Well, to be fair with heroin, if it weren't illegal, a lot of the aspects that are negative about it would go away. Like, it's never going to be good for you.
Right.
But if you could just work your job and then go do heroin on your fucking after your job is done every night, would it really be that big of a deal if it was legal?
Yeah. No, I've argued that drug prohibition is fucking ridiculous, dude. It just is.
I mean, how many pointless. How many people fucking smoke a joint and then beat the shit out of their wife? Not a lot. And how many people drink a beer and then beat the shit out of their wife? A fucking ton.
Right. Yeah, it is ridiculous that alcohol is still legal and fucking marijuana isn't, dude. It's so fucking ridiculous. We
realized they tried to prohibit alcohol and then realized, oh shit, it's just not possible.
Yeah. We're making criminals
prohibit all these other ones.
Yeah, we're making criminals out of too many people.
I mean, God, the number of people that died over alcohol prohibition is insane. I mean, at a certain point, you just got to be like, look, if we stop making these things illegal, then at the very least we can regulate them and keep them safe, so that they're not.
Yeah, you have a lot less overdoses because somebody got a hot dose, didn't realize how pure the shit was, and that kind of fucking shit.
People aren't getting weed laced with PCP and heroin and speed and meth and fucking all these different things. You can go to the weed store and you get pure weed, and you know how strong it is because it's written on the fucking label.
Yeah,
and it's just
I've been arguing
it's an indica.
No, I've been arguing that since since my late teens. I'm like, it's not the fucking drugs, it's the fucking drug prohibition that is causing all this fucking bullshit. If all the shit was legal, if I was selling heroin, I wouldn't sell it any other way than behind fucking really thick fucking glass. Because
if you take it away from the gangs and stuff, then there's nothing.
Yeah, it's going to cut way down on crime.
Yeah, like the people that MS-13, if you stopped drugs from being illegal, you'd kill MS-13 because there'd be no fucking money.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah. No, it's yeah. Again, I don't know what the reasonings are. It's probably some fucking bullshit um whatever it is, them trying to control it and something. I don't know what their deal is, but
Oh,
yeah, it's
oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody can come to the conclusion that there needs to be a war on drugs, dude, and that there needs to be prohibition of that shit, dude. Other than, again, LSD is not for everybody.
Well,
like, you should have to pass some kind of psychological exam, dude, if you're going to use LSD.
I think it's moral laws, it's moralistic laws. Then that's a right wing thing.
Yeah,
the right wing is much more inclined
bullshit.
towards like laws about morality and you're a degenerate, you're immoral, you're bad.
Yeah, kind of or putting a fucking ridiculously high tax on cigarettes and that kind of shit.
Stench ever, you have to pay more for weed laced with shit. Nobody's sneaking in extra shit for free. Stench ever, the reason they used to lace weed, I'm sure you know this, is to get you hooked on the other shit. You know, you smoke weed that had a little bit of heroin in it, suddenly you got a taste for heroin that you need to fucking fill, and that's way better money for them than weed.
Yeah. Apparently over in Vietnam, like that was how, like, a fucking, because a shitload of people got hooked on heroin stationed in Vietnam.
Oh yeah,
like they would have some fucking liquid shit and they'd like dip their cigarette in the fucking liquid heroin or whatever, smoke it and feel fucking fantastic, and then or they would again get the joints laced with the heroin. And you're like, oh fuck yeah, and then getting hooked, dude.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
But that kind of same thing used to happen in the States all the time with weed too, especially in the last couple of decades. It'd be like you get some PCP and suddenly you got a taste for PCP. And they're making more money because you're buying weed still and you're buying PCP.
Yeah, that's so fucking
Angel
horrible.
Dust twice.
Yeah, and again, prohibition allows that possibility. It's again, if you're buying it off a fucking rack or whatever, how the fucking
from a store that sells it,
from a reputable place or whatever,
that's
or
regulated.
a place that needs to have a reputation. And again, regulated. Yeah, that's not going to happen. They're not going to be like, oh fuck, forgot to tell you there's fucking heroin in there.
If your weed had angel dust and you didn't know it, you can't go call the cops and get your dealer busted without having to answer a whole lot of questions yourself.
Right.
If your weed in California is laced with angel dust, you call the cops. They go arrest the people at the store, and you can sue them and take their money.
Yeah.
So that they can't do that shit again, and you're compensated for the fucking weird fucking afternoon you had.
Yeah.
Like that afternoon in the
hospital. And again, that shit can go real fucking sideways, dude. So yeah, it's a fucking horrible thing to do.
Whereas Stench ever puts down angle dust. Yeah, myth belt angels, sir.
Yeah, angle dust.
I can't help it.
Yeah. What's the other one? Sherm, which apparently was embalming fluid. I never did that either.
Fucking, starts with an F. Formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde, yeah. They called it Sherm. I don't know why it's called Sherm, but
I don't know.
That's what they call it here. Yeah, apparently it makes you feel like you're fucking super strong. Like you could go and just fucking like pick up a fucking house or some crazy shit. But
you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, it's not a good idea to try, dude.
Probably wouldn't work out well in the end.
But that's the way a guy described it to me. He's like, dude, you feel like you could just go over and just grab the house and just pick it up. I'm like, wow, that sounds dangerous, dude.
It sounds like a terrible thing. I really don't want that.
Yeah, no, that's exactly like for him. That was a positive. Well, he was a little dude, so I probably understand it. I'm not insecure about any of that shit, so I was like, that sounds fucking stupid. That sounds horrible.
Sensoka brings up a pretty valid point. The legalization is make sure people aren't driving when they're high.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Cops?
Yeah, it is happening.
They seem to be able to tell pretty well when people are on meth or on weed or on heroin, man.
Yeah, but I think it's getting a conviction is what they're talking about. There's got to be something to test.
It's also really there's not like a on the road test. Like, I agree that he says got to legalize slow though. Yeah, definitely you take your time. I don't think we should legalize anything else for a little while, a couple of years still.
Yeah, and again, it's not because I think right now it's pretty much a blood test. Like you can't be blood testing people to see if they're too high. So there's got to be some kind of thing to test. Yeah. Well, I guess if you have enough suspicion, you probably should be able to.
Here's the issue with weed and testing for driving. If you smoke weed on the regular, you might not be high, but you'll still have cannabis in your system.
Right.
So it's not.
That's right. It stays even in your bloodstream. It stays a while, right?
Yeah, like and so you might be perfectly safe to drive. The cop might not agree, and they might give you a blood test or something, and because you've done weed in the last week, it shows up.
Yeah.
Even though you may not have smoked that day at all.
Yeah. They would have to have a really, really specific test, man. Yeah.
And so it's
other than that, it would almost have to rely on the actual sobriety test. Like, hey, if you can't fucking say the alphabet backwards while you're lifting your fucking foot 6 inches.
The way it works now is the same as if they pulled you over and thought you'd done any of a number of other drugs. It is a blood test. It's one of the things you agree to when you get your driver's license, but they arrest you, they take you to the station, and then they draw your blood and test it there. And they have like an actual registered nurse do it. It's not like the cop doing it on the side of the road.
Right.
It's like an actual, that's her job.
Yeah, that's somebody designated to do it. Yeah, knows how to do it.
The only thing is, like, there's a lot of people that try to fight, and so it takes a little while because essentially what they're trying to do is, especially in cases with alcohol, they're trying to get enough time between.
They're trying to delay it.
Yeah, trying to delay it until the point where it shows them at a legal level.
Yeah.
Whereas with things like weed and heroin and methamphetamine and all the other ones, there is no legal level. Any is illegal. So, and so that's a real issue because there's a lot of people who are getting DUIs for weed that aren't smoking weed before driving. It's just gung-ho cops that don't agree with the law.
Yeah.
You know that they smoke weed and are trying to abuse the system in order to get these people busted because they can't bust them just because they smoke weed now.
Yeah,
it's like they still raid places. In like you'll get like small town cops will still raid places and shit, and it's like you can't keep fucking doing that. It's legal now. You gotta fucking stop.
Yeah, or the DEA. I remember that. Didn't the DEA at one point start going into California and fucking?
Yeah, well, here's what they were doing. They basically go in, take all the money, tell people, hey, don't fucking, you better not fucking do shit, because we'll put you in federal jail, bitch. And then leave.
So it's a shake.
Like, wait for our call, and then you'd never hear from them again. They just take all the money and run.
Yeah, it was a shakedown. Okay.
Yeah, they just basically go in and rob these places. The DA was going in and robbing fucking weed stores.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. Yeah.
Well, and I think essentially California took the stance of like, we're going to start arresting your DEA officers. Like,
right? Yeah, we're going to get the money,
and then you're going to end up in this big, long, expensive court battle that you're going to lose, and it's going to be a big deal. So you don't want to fuck with us.
Yeah, and then there were probably going to be some fucking shootouts over that shit of these fucking police officers trying to arrest the DEA officers, and them saying "fuck you" and pulling out their guns and shooting.
I don't think
not that often. No, not a lot, but I guarantee it would happen, dude.
It would probably happen at least once. Yeah, it would probably at least happen once.
Yeah, and that once is too many.
Or even then, like, the local police don't know their DEA, and so they go in and they start shooting before they know.
Yeah.
Like there's all of a sudden a bunch of gunmen with fucking masks go running into a house, and it's like dark, and they don't see the DEA things on their shirt until they fired off a couple rounds, and then the DEA is going to return fire because they don't know who these people shooting at them are.
Yeah. I thought that was ridiculous, man. That they were actually raiding them. Well, although again, if it was just them essentially robbing them, it makes a lot more sense.
Well, it made a lot of sense because they just take all this money that's not reported really. And there's no way to prove how much money they took. So all these DEA agents probably lined their pocket with several grand. And Uncle Sam gets another big chunk.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if those agents divvied up like fucking a vast majority of the money and then fucking gave like a little fucking token amount. This is how much they had.
I'm sure that's the standard is they all took a couple grand and then whatever was left, that's what got to the place. But I think one of the things they need to stop doing is the property seizures and the fund seizures.
Yeah, that is fucked up.
Being legal. And I think they need to stop being able to take somebody's boat or their car because they were doing whatever. I don't care what the crime was. Unless they stole the boat or the car.
Yeah, civil forfeiture is fucking bullshit, dude.
Or bought them with stolen money or something like that. Then you take the stuff and you sell it and you get the funds for the people that they stole from.
Yeah. No, that is such a fucking racket, dude.
Well, and then here's one of the things where it's abused the most is in the Vegas area of Nevada. It's one of the places where it's the most abused. Because there's a lot of people who are leaving Las Vegas with big fucking wads of cash that they just won.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, if you can't prove where you got it, I'm gonna have to take it. Good luck. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's so fucking horrible, man.
It's a big problem. It happens a lot.
Yeah. They're just like, oh, you're carrying more than, I don't know what the threshold is, but the threshold's not that high, from what I understand. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's like $5,000 or $2,000 or something like that. It's really not a lot.
I don't think it's that high, dude. I think it's like 500, dude. I could be wrong, but I think it's not even that high, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, again, I'm pretty sure it's the actual threshold is pretty low. I think it's only like $500. Let's see if I can find out.
Now let's see, in California.
Damn it.
Oh, and the problem is they don't even have to have any criminal positions or charges to take it. That's the other thing. They can just take it, and you have to prove you own it.
Yeah. It's fucking horrible, dude. So it's set up to be abused, man.
I still think it's something like $5,000. It's anything more than 10 grand is when they can take it.
Yeah.
It's also if you withdraw or deposit more than 10 grand at any point, the financial institution has to make a report to the government.
All right. So you have to have more than 10 grand on you? Is that what you're saying?
I think you can carry up to 10 grand before they can just take it and say that it's drug funds.
I don't know, man. Did you find that, or are you just saying?
That's what I'm seeing.
Okay. All right, because I thought I had heard it was way less than that.
It might be. I might be seeing it wrong. I mean, this is the internet, so fucking everybody says shit.
Yeah. Let's see. Criminal.
And here's the thing, man. Like, you might have just sold a car for like 15 grand. Like, it's not like out of the ordinary that like an average person might have that much cash. Because a lot of times, like, especially when you're talking about selling cars, motorcycles, boats, jet skis, things like that, a lot of people want to deal in cash. Like, I remember when I bought my car, like, the guy was very much like, I want cash. I don't want a check. I want cash.
Right.
And it's like, I understand, because you're dealing with a lot of cash for that guy. You know, it was only like, I think I was only paying him like $3,000 for the car I got, but you know, he'd much rather get all the cash at once and not have to worry about just a check and a clear, and is he gonna have to go after me in court and have like a repo team go get the car back, and you know, is it gonna cost him more than it's fucking worth to deal with it?
Yeah.
But it's not inconceivable that a normal person might have like 15 grand that they just sold the car for, and then the police sees it. Oh wait, no. Federal law, it's 2,000. If you have more than 2,000 in cash, they can seize it. Claim it's drug funds. Essentially, what they do is they claim you have it for illicit purposes.
Yeah, I was gonna say 10,000 sounded really high. I thought it was even lower than the 2,000, but yeah. Wow, listen to this, dude. Let's see. Javier Gonzalez carrying 10,000 cash in a briefcase got pulled over in Texas. Deputies handed Gonzalez a waiver that if he signed over the money and did not claim it later, he would not be arrested. But if he refused to sign the waiver, Gonzalez would be arrested for money laundering. Wow.
Yeah,
Gonzalez signed the waiver, wondering if the officers were real officers of the law and wondering if he got robbed, but later sued the county, which lost, then returned his cash, plus paid him $110,000 in damages, plus attorney's fees.
It looks like it has to be something like around $2,000.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like there might not even be a specific number. Essentially, they just have to feel like it's something for illegal purposes.
Yeah.
So if you're driving around like a drug neighborhood and you have like $500 in your pocket, they could potentially take it, I think.
Yeah. Oh, here's one. A guy from Michigan driving to California had $2,500 cash, seized it all. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Well, and the thing is that it's direct violation of the Fourth Amendment. You have the right to. They have to have a reasonable cause to search and seize your stuff. And so that you have a large sum of cash is not a reasonable cause. Like that's direct violation of the Fourth Amendment. So there's a lot of pushback on that, I think.
Yeah.
It's like one of the things that Trump was talking about eliminating was the inheritance tax.
Yeah.
Which is kind of also like a similar sort of absurdity. Like you're getting taxed on money that somebody left you in an inheritance. Like they've already paid all the taxes on that money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bullshit, man.
Times. Like you're taxing twice.
Yeah, it's
taxing
fucked up.
The same amount of money over and over and over. You know, like that's not right. You know, taxing a company on the profits they make, sure. Taxing a guy on his income, sure. But not multiple times. You know, like, and now we got to tax you for walking down the street, and here's our air tax, and here's our fucking, it's like property tax shouldn't be. I don't think that should be allowed. I don't think there should be property tax at all.
Yeah, it is kind of fucking bullshit, dude.
I own property, and now I got to fucking pay you money every year because I own property? That doesn't make sense. That's not a real thing.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy, man. Yeah.
It's like you're paying the government fucking rent to live. It's like, are you kidding me? The government gets to charge me rent on my own property?
Yeah. Although, registration for cars is kind of, you know, I know it gets less and less every year, but man.
I understand the registration for cars, especially in areas where you have smog checks and stuff. But only if all the money were going to the roads instead of like 5% going to the roads and 95% going to just random government shit that we don't know.
Yeah, that's true because you do have to have a DMV.
If the registration went to support the DMV and fix the roads and fix smogs and do smog checks, like you didn't have to pay for smog checks, you just paid your registration and they checked it. So it was always the same place checking it. I would be fine.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that so much of that money just goes to random nonsense that has nothing to do with anything that it's supposed to do with. It's like, yeah, okay, I own a car, I'm driving on the roads, I got to pay a fair share to keep the roads in shape. I get it. Not a problem.
Yeah, but this fucking... there's a lot of bullshit. I think the inheritance thing is really egregious, so... Yeah, the fact that taxes have already been fucking paid on that. It's like, why wouldn't you just give the money to somebody before you die?
Well, see, there's gift tax as well.
Yeah.
I
should have known. I should have known they would have closed the loophole on that.
Well, the gift tax is there to prevent people from gifting people money in exchange for work, essentially. So, like, if you think about it, because you and I can't afford some like fucking team of fucking attorneys and accountants, but you know, some rich dude might be able to afford some attorneys and accountants, and he can gift all these people all this money because they gifted him with all this work, and then none of them pay income tax. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people can, gift this and gift that. So it's a way of just preventing that, and I don't like it, but I'm like, I don't know if there's a way around it.
Right. There should be some kind of exceptions for, like, you know, blood relatives. Although,
there are.
Probably be.
There are. You can gift somebody once per year, or once every other year. You can gift them a car for $1. So you don't have to pay like the registration or any of the taxes involved in giving them that and them receiving it.
No, gotcha.
There are so then that's just one. There are several different exceptions. you can make. You can actually get around the gift tax because it's cheaper if it's income tax if you just hire your family.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, like my brother is now the manager of cheese, and fucking his job is to fucking enjoy eating cheese.
Right.
And he makes $100,000 a year because that's what I pay him to eat cheese.
Yeah, that's why. That kind of reminds me of why so many athletes have charities. I think we talked about this before.
Yeah, they use it to funnel money into things without having to pay taxes. Essentially.
Yeah, or give their family member a tax-free income. Because if you're running a charity for somebody or administering a charity, you don't have to pay taxes on the income.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Unless you're Kaepernick, in which case you're just a fucking piece of shit.
Right.
Nobody wants to fucking hire you, not because you're an asshole, because you're bad at playing football. You're not very good at it.
Yeah, you had a good run there for a couple years, but without Harbaugh, you're nothing.
Yep. Oh, man, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
That's still going. People are still mad about that shit. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Dude, I love how the kneel down shit started because of Bennett saying he got abused by the cops in Vegas, right?
Yep.
And it turned out that he fucking, when everybody was supposed to be laying on the ground, he fucking got up and bolted.
Like a dummy.
Yeah, like a fucking idiot. And they were still, have you seen the fucking video footage of that? The cops were pretty goddamn reasonable, dude. The cops were pretty fucking cool about it, dude. Considering you had somebody at the scene of a fucking shooting getting up and running away, dude. They were really fucking reasonable about it.
Oh, yeah, that's a terrible idea. That's the kind of idea that gets you shot a lot of times.
Yeah. And fucking, for him to fucking come out and pretend he's some victim that didn't do anything wrong is ridiculous, dude. Like,
that sounds like somebody who's trying to get ahead of some criminal charges. Who's like, if I make a big enough stink and make them look bad enough, they'll leave me alone and decide it's not worth pressing charges because they don't want the focus.
Well, dude, it didn't even get to that. They were literally like, they were fucking really nice to him about it. Before they even knew who he was, dude. Before they even realized he was like an NFL player or anything. Yeah, you should really, if you can get a hold of that, you should really watch the tape of that, dude, because it's fucking ridiculous.
I am totally taking your word for it. I think you're probably right on. At any point, if you're getting up and running from the cops, I just think he was trying to get ahead of it, and you guys don't want to come after me. Or maybe he just wanted the attention. Maybe he was just like,
no, if you're
everybody else is getting all this attention, talking about being victims. I'm a victim.
Yeah. No, if you watch Interaction, he had nothing to worry about. There's no reason for him to do it, dude.
Yeah.
He was just stirring shit up, dude. Being a fucking prick, dude.
Well, it's funny. Like, there's some people who are like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I stayed the night at my buddy's house when I was in grade school. And we fucking ate a bunch of fucking candy and Pop-Tarts and chips and soda, and we're just fucking buzzing on sugar at like 1 a.m. And so we snuck out. Didn't really sneak out since we were all sleeping out like in the little yard area of the fucking trailer park.
Right.
And we were just tossing a football around to just burn some energy off because we're just like fucking, we got to do something.
Yeah. Right.
We can't lay down there. And we're just fucking sugar high. And the security guard comes up, and before he gets all the way around the corner to where he can see us, we all hit ground and we're laying down, and you can't tell we're there.
Mm.
And he starts sweeping his big light because he probably heard something, and he just checking to see who's there. And one of my buddies just pops up, fucking like a fucking dummy, and just starts running. And like he would have just kept driving, and even he was like, "Why did you run?"
Yeah.
Like, you guys weren't even doing anything wrong. I'd have just sent you back and said it's too late for you guys to be out here at the fucking basketball courts, and you need to go home. I wouldn't even have had to go talk to your parents. Why you run?
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't even see you guys. Literally, there was like a fence between us and him, like a slatted fence, like a picket fence, not a chain link, and some bushes in front of the fence. He never saw us until the dude ran.
Yeah, some people just can't. Some people panic. Some people cannot handle pressure, and they cannot handle stress.
Man, he was a security guard.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, like, some people just.
By the way, he's like, stop all shit. And then they stopped, so I stopped because I wasn't going to stop because I'm like, there's no way a security guard's going to plug me.
Right.
But also, we were like 100 yards from, or no, not even 100 yards, like 100 feet from the fucking guy's house. So it's not like we were going to get away.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like I said, some people can't handle pressure, dude. They panic.
Well, I didn't.
Yeah,
and the funny
a lot of people
didn't get any trouble.
Right.
They got in trouble. My parents started telling me stories about them sneaking out and doing shit when they were kids, and then they're like, "Well, I guess we can't ground you. Don't do it again."
Yeah. Well, again, it's not like you guys were out smashing windows or something.
Yeah,
you know?
we weren't even like egging houses or stealing shit, or we were doing nothing.
Yeah.
Throwing a football around in a park.
Yeah, as a parent, I'll be like, that's the worst shit you're getting into is fucking throwing a football around after hours. I'll live with that.
Well, and we used to sneak out
totally
when I was from my house. We used to sneak out and just walk around my neighborhood in the middle of the night all the time. And we would just wander around the neighborhood because it was weird and different at night. So we were little kids.
Yeah.
We didn't, like to us, it was this whole weird adventure.
Yeah. Something's weird about it being so still and like nothing around, nobody about, and just dark like that. That's just intriguing, man, and kind of exciting.
Well, we did kind of piss off one guy because he had these dogs that apparently were supposed to be like these vicious guard dogs, but like we befriended them. We're walking around at 1 a.m, and we're not we have no objection to giving him like treats, whatever the fuck we have in our pockets.
Right.
And, the dog treats, and we're not, so that he'll stop barking, so nobody's going to come bug us.
Right.
And so the dog loved us, man. We could go up and pet him, and the guy would be like, "Stop petting that dog. It's a guard dog. You're fucking ruining it."
Yeah, you're going to ruin his reputation.
Well, you're making him friendly, and you know what? I'm glad we did, because I don't think people in neighborhoods should be allowed to have vicious animals.
Yeah, no, it's fucking bullshit, dude. To make a dog mean like that, man.
Yeah, well, this guy down the street from me has a dog like that, and the fucking thing keeps getting out, and it won't attack most people because it's like a middle-sized dog, so you got to be pretty small for it to be willing to come up and actually go after you.
Right.
Well, it ain't hurt nobody yet.
Yeah, well, some kids.
The next time it gets out, I'm gonna fucking make it friendly because I'm good with that. I can do that.
Right.
I'm gonna catch that little dog and I'm gonna teach it to be friendly to people, and then that guy's gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, you're gonna get it to roll over and pee on itself, dude.
No, but I can't actually get dogs to stop being like so vicious. If you approach them the right way, it's not like it's super fucking complicated.
Yeah.
You just have to.
You think about it. There's going to be some kid that dog's going to fucking attack, dude.
Well, and the thing is, the guy hasn't
just big enough.
If it was like a police dog is trained to respond to certain commands in an aggressive fashion, but it won't just get aggressive for no reason. You have to trigger commands.
Right.
This dog is just mean because the guy is an asshole and he treats his dog like shit.
Yeah.
So if you just let the dog bark itself out for a couple minutes and you just slowly approach, it's like, come on. Eventually it'll be like, wait, this guy's not trying to hit me.
Right.
And then it'll realize, oh, not everybody hits you. It's just that asshole.
Yeah, that's so fucking horrible, man. Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
Like you fucking whip your dog to make it mean, dude.
And that's like one of the other neighborhoods I've lived in. There was a dog that somebody did that with, and essentially it got out and like ate somebody's fucking kitten.
Yeah, that's awful, man.
Shouldn't be allowed to have vicious dogs. I don't think people should be allowed to have vicious dogs or guard dogs of any kind in like a neighborhood where kids are. Because it's just not.
Yeah, it's asking for trouble, man.
Unless it's trained. Like if you have an actual trained dog, like that's different.
Yeah, if you have a dog that will just bark normally, but then if somebody is in the yard or within whatever perimeter you set up, then it's going to get, kind of vicious. That's different.
But it's trained to like grab the wrist and take the person down and hold them by the arm. Not trained
grab by the pant leg or whatever. Yeah.
Not just like super aggressive and vicious and going to try to kill whatever it can
get. Yeah. Something that's not going to go for the fucking throat, dude.
Yeah, I should specify that because I have no objection to people having well-trained dogs that are guard dogs. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But when they get like a pit bull and they just hit it a bunch of times with a stick and fucking chain it in their front yard and shit,
Yeah, that's bullshit, dude. It's so fucked up.
And on that bright, shiny note, I'm thinking we should probably wrap things up. It's getting I was thinking it's getting probably late for you.
All right, yeah. It's an hour later nowadays.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I was like, it's probably getting a little late for like your kids gonna get home and.
All right, yeah, might as well. I think he was actually staying. Actually, I don't know if he's staying late or not. So, all right, yeah, we might as well. I forget if he's. Yeah, it's horrible. I know. But yeah, he didn't tell me for sure if he was staying late or not. So, cool. All right, yeah, we better cut this short, man.
Well, it's not short for me. For me, it was like.
All right. Yeah, it's true. We still got 2.5 hours, basically, or almost 2.5 hours. Yeah.
I think we did pretty good, man. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Chatterbox 41 signing off.
Bye-bye.